Hold on.
What? What?
Okay, I think we're there now. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, by the way, we got an achievement. An achievement at
snap. What's
Podbean
that?
for publishing 650 episodes.
Ooh.
Cool.
We got an achievement
There's
for that.
650 achievement sounds to celebrate.
I like it. How long is this gonna last?
That's 10.
Okay. Wow. This is ages.
That's 20. I'm just kidding.
Right. I'm liking it.
All right. Are we ready to start?
I think so.
Let's go.
Okay.
My favorite.
Well, sorry. Wrong button.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
Please don't touch my floppy cock.
I need you. Stop being a villain.
You are technically correct. The best kind of correct.
What do I look like? A guy who's not lazy?
It's the veteran gamers.
Jesus, oh how I love you, Jesus.
I don't appreciate your ruse, man.
I beg your pardon.
Your ruse, your cunning attempt to trick me.
I'm trying to look like an advert, by the way. Though.
Never mind about how you look.
Oh, yeah.
Start the show. Jesus.
Hello and welcome to episode 602 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
Yay, 602. What up, people? I'm Duke.
I'm Stu.
Oh, and I'm hot.
Hot.
We're
Well,
all
you're
hot.
You're always
Stu's
hot,
trying to
Steenie.
look hot.
Look.
I'm hot because I was out. Okay,
blowing
here's
in
the
wind,
question.
even go,
Here's
here
the
we go,
question. Ready?
go on,
Ready
sorry,
for this
I'll-
question?
I'm ready.
Guess what Duke's been doing outside today? Here's a hint. When you play as John Marston in Red Dead 2, it's one of the first things you do.
Milk
What?
a
On the
cow.
farm where you're
What, shoot
farm where
someone
you're on
in
a
the
ranch.
face?
Milk a cow.
No. Yeah, okay, what else? When you're a ranch hand.
Farm some sheep or something.
Yeah, round some
Yeah.
sheep up.
What else? Keep going. You're getting there.
Chase Bonnie for ages.
That's Red Dead 2.
Is it?
You're talking
I
about
thought
Red Dead
Bonnie-
1.
Oh,
Yeah,
is he?
We're talking about Red Dead 2.
Oh, I thought you said Red Dead. I thought
It's
you
you
meant Red Dead
build
1.
something
Oh, a house?
before you build the house. No, before you build the house.
House. What do you build?
Put something up.
I don't know. Wigwam.
Like
You have
a...
to okay. What do you sell things to? Who do you sell things to when it's illegal goods?
A fence. A fence. Hey! Good God.
The Duchess and I have been putting up a fence for our dog, and it is hot, thirsty work. So
Hot,
we're
thirsty
about
work.
probably about 2/3 of the way done, I'd say. It's looking
How big's
good.
the dog?
Well, our dog is pretty big.
You've seen
but
his dog. It's Tito.
I know, I'm just saying, like, it's a big fence, isn't it? Jesus, like
it is a
2/3.
big fence. Yeah. Oh, and we've been working on it for 3 days. So.
Damn.
Yeah, but it just takes work to do it all yourself.
How weird is it, Duke, that you've been putting up a fence? Because guess what I did yesterday?
What did you do yesterday?
I put up a fence.
Oh, snap! It's
know.
the Fence Brothers.
It is, but mine was a bit easier, although kind of was, kind of wasn't, because we decided we needed new fence panels because next door neighbours fitted some really cheap. Doesn't talk quietly in case you hear me.
Neighbors, am I right?
They fitted some cheap, shitty ones, right?
Yeah.
And they only
Worse.
lasted a few years. And I'm not kidding you. When we took them out yesterday, they were like balsa wood. That's how bad these
crap.
things were. They just fell to bits
Hate
when we took
neighbours.
them out now. So anyway, we got some expensive double-sided ones. So they've got slats on both sides. So each of us gets a nice view of the fence. You know, they both look good.
Okay, I got you.
But here's the thing.
What's the thing?
Because it's double-sided, it's double the weight.
Oh,
So-
is it double glazed as well? Because I know you love that.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Double laid. Everything's double laid in my house.
Okay.
But, oh my God, these things
Oh
weighed.
my God.
They're only 4 foot high, right? 4 foot high, 6 foot
Okay.
wide, and they weighed a ton. And I've got an injury. Look, I've got an injuries. Look.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
snap,
For the audio
those
listeners, he
injuries.
has a gash on his
Look,
arm.
I've got all gashes from the concrete
God.
post because I scraped my arm down it trying to get them in. Oh my God, look at that. Look at that. Injuries and everything. I've been in the wars. But
Yeah.
anyway, it looks lovely. It looks
Yeah,
lovely. So we've got a
okay.
nice new fence. So look, we both got
Glad
nice
to
new
hear it.
fences.
And I've been
by the
selling
way-
things on the illegal market, so I've also
Ooh,
been
yeah,
fencing.
you also
Wow, what have you
fence.
been selling?
Ah, I see what you did there.
Oh, I see what you
No,
did.
he was just making a joke about fencing.
I got you. By the way, Lord says vain shoe, but look, when you look this good, you can just be vain.
You've got a license to be vain.
I've got a license to be vain because I look this handsome
Yeah,
all the
Yeah.
time. All the time.
that's the thing.
I know exactly.
and I know it.
I am the sex symbol of this podcast. Just saying.
You are. I mean, we all agree on that.
Totally. When you've got hair like mine.
All right, somebody got a story
Gotta
time
celebrate.
other than building fences?
Yeah. Have you got anything?
My favorite time. It's story time.
I
Story time.
don't have a story, but I do have Duke's movie reviews.
Oh yeah. What have you watched?
Yeah, we watched the Natalie Portman science fiction film Annihilation.
Piece of shit.
Don't watch it. It's
Oh.
not good. I shouldn't say it's a piece of shit. The performances are good. There's some excellent visuals, but it's a jumble of garbage. Apparently the book is good. I've heard people say the book is good, but the movie is. And it sucks because it's the same writer and director as the guy who made Ex Machina, which is a great movie.
It is. It's a very good movie.
Yeah.
We also watched a movie yesterday. We had a movie in the
Yeah,
garden
what was
last
that?
night, and it was a bit like The Fence because it was
Uh-huh.
illegal. It was illegal. But we watched.
Ooh.
We watched A Quiet Place too.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
It's
I like the first
good.
one. But you know
It's
what? Here's
good.
the thing that bugs me. And this is true about Annihilation as well, so it dovetails.
Ah.
There are ways to explore interesting science fiction concepts like monsters that rely on hearing without having everything revolve around death. You're about to die. Look at all the people dying. Watch them die. Like, why are all these movies worshiping death so much?
It's a little bit. Well, if you think about it, that's exactly how The Last of Us starts. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Because you see everybody dying. That's how
Right.
It's like all these ones. That's how they
No,
all
I
start.
agree, and I think that those games would just do well to occasionally back off of the death angle.
Here's the thing,
And
Duke. With A Quiet
You can't make an
Place-
interesting game unless there's death around every turn.
A Quiet Place 2 has a bit of an origin story, so you kind of see what happened when it all started, and I bet you
fine.
can't guess what
I mean-
happens.
A lot of people die.
Yeah, possibly.
Oh,
possibly.
well, how did I know? I'm amazing.
I know, yeah.
All right,
Who knew?
actual
Who knew?
stories. Anybody got a proper story? Chinny, you got a proper
Yeah,
story?
I've got one. If Chinny
Hang on,
hasn't
Chinny's
got one.
messing with his
Chinny, you got
calculator
one?
or something.
You
I
got
just
one?
want to make sure. he's
Calculate.
working
What
something out.
year do you think?
I don't know what you're doing. I'm making
He's
jokes.
working out his story. On
No,
the
I was looking
calculator.
at. I was looking at.
Are you putting boobless?
No, I was looking at. I'm on my phone. Who uses a fucking calculator?
You have a calculator on your phone, probably.
Yeah, you do.
Exactly.
We used to have to entertain ourselves somehow.
No, I was
right?
looking
That
at
was how you did it.
Annihilation on IMDb.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
He's watching
Why?
the
I told
film
you not
now.
to. Don't watch it.
6.8 on IMDb.
I see. That's crazy. I looked on Google. It was like 75% of the people like this. I'm like, why? What do you like about it? Come on.
What's A
All right,
Quiet
Chinny,
Place 2
Stu.
got? What's that got? Oh, yeah, I've got a story
Okay, go ahead, tell your story, and then Chinny will tell us
from
about Quiet
4
Place
weeks
2.
ago because I forgot to tell
Yes.
it.
Right.
I've got a story from 4 weeks ago. And I may have told it and just forgotten I told it, but I was reminded by Susan today who said,
Okay.
isn't it funny when people fall over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
That's what America's Funniest Home Videos was all about.
and she said, and this is very true, she said, you can tell when you're getting old because when you're young and fall over, everybody laughs at you. But when you're old and fall over, everyone runs over to check you're okay.
No, it's the way you explain it. So if somebody's tripped, then you don't care. But if somebody's had a fall, then it's serious.
Well, when we were on holiday a few weeks ago, we were in a place called Knaresborough, which is a very lovely place. It's next to a lovely river.
Is it a
Kay and I
quiet
were-
place? Ooh, quiet.
We're having a lovely stroll along the river, and anyway, there was an elderly gentleman with a walking frame, and his wife was sat on one of these, like scooters. And Kay was like, oh, "Come on, get past him, get past him, get past." Like impatient. Like, get past.
Push them out of the way. Fuck them.
Push 'em out of the way, get past.
Knock them down.
To the right of them
Old
was
bitch.
like a cobbled area.
Okay.
Stupidly, I decided to go in the direction of the cobbles rather than the flat road at the opposite side.
Oh, jeez, what do you
And
like?
Literally, the second I put my foot on the first cobble, my ankle gave way.
Oh,
as it-
no.
And momentum carried me forward very quickly. And I don't know how I managed to do it. Kay said it looked like my chin was about to skim the ground. I was that low.
And then you said this.
I just fell on my bottom into some butterscotch.
That's what I thought was going to happen, right? And I sort of regained my balance. You know, as you regain your balance, and I'm like pulling myself back up, right? And I'm like, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. And then I hit another cobble, right? And then I hit another cobble and misstepped again.
Why don't you learn how to walk?
I know. And then started flailing again, right? Can't like windmilling my arms everywhere. And I'm like literally about to hit the deck and just managed to regain my balance and stop myself, right? And I managed to stay upright, God knows how. And the old guy went, "You need to be careful."
Yeah, you do.
I'm just like, oh my God.
I've never heard.
You know, that reminds me of a story that nobody cares about, but I'll tell it anyway. One time when I was skiing, I was...
Whoa, just a minute. The fact...
Yeah?
Imagining you
I like skiing.
Dude.
Skiing is actually fun. We've been a couple times in Wisconsin.
When did this happen?
It's hard on the
He's
legs,
in Wisconsin.
but whatever.
There's like fucking
I know, but
mountains
I
everywhere.
can't-
But we used to
I
go
don't see
in
Duke
Florida.
as a-
We used to go to Colorado. We used to have trips where we went to Colorado, North Carolina. Anyway, here's the thing. At one point, I was skiing and I kind of lost control a little bit, and I was like going down the mountain, and I was scared, and I eventually pointed myself into a snowbank, on the ground. Like one of my skis is gone. I'm twisted my foot a little. I'm like, and this guy. This like I guess he worked for the resort or whatever. He comes shushing up and like stops right next to me and he goes, "If I ever find you out of control on the slopes like that again, you're gonna be out of here." I was like, "Dude, you act like I did it on purpose. Like I'm wounded and my ego's all bruised, and you're giving me a bollocking because I didn't have control on the slopes. I know I'm supposed to have control on the slopes. I'm sorry, I didn't do it to spite you."
So when he came to a stop, did he spray snow in your face? You know,
He
like
kind of
one those
did, yeah.
Dude, don't fucking do that, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway,
dude.
some ASMR for you. Ready? Here we go.
Dude.
Okay. Oh, nice. Here's another
nice.
The ASMR podcast is back.
Wow. I like it now. I like it now. It does make me feel thirsty. Oh, I don't know whether that's a good thing.
You're always thirsty, Stu.
Yeah. Or
kid
am I one
slang.
of we? Am I one of we? Who knows? It could be
Yeah.
either of those.
Thirsty means horny.
Why not? You can do
Stu.
both.
Is that what that means? Is that
Yeah.
like some urban
Yes,
dictionary
that's
thing?
like the kids say now.
everyone knew that.
I'm
by now.
thirsty for
Here
some
are
Netflix
two
and-
Sour Patch Kids being rubbed together.
I'm thirsty for
No,
some
you can't hear it at
Netflix
all,
and
can you?
chill.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah? No? Yeah? Is that
This
what?
is the sound of. Here's the sound of
What's
some
this?
Tic
What's this?
Tacs being shaken.
That's not very soothing,
Okay.
to be honest.
Dude, the veteran gamers ASMR is not about being soothing.
No, it isn't. It's
sounds
let's
like-
make
We're
a
about
horrible
waking you
noise.
up.
It sounds
It's a
like
horrible noise.
the veteran gamers as good as ASMR as we are good at podcasting.
Yeah, that's true.
as,
That's also
as good as we are at
very-
everything else.
Very true. Very true.
All right, any other stories, or are we moving on?
No, I think we need to move on. God.
Where are you going?
So hot.
Story time's over, isn't it?
What you been playing?
What you been playing? What you been playing?
Oh. God. So hot. Oh.
Get some ice water.
Oh,
All
sorry.
right, who's starting? Am I starting?
Go for it. I don't know.
I guess I'm
Anybody,
going to
I don't
start.
care. Just do
I'm going
it.
to start because if you pay attention to this video stream that we have, you know what I've been playing. Because I
know.
didn't just play it on my own. I played it for all to see.
Wow.
Because, yeah, I know, right? I'm a generous person. Because...
Giving. Always giving.
Yeah. Because there's been new DLC released for Red Dead Redemption Online. I don't know, is it DLC if it's free?
Yep.
I often think of DLC as stuff you pay for, but I guess it's not.
DLC
Okay, new content.
stands
How's
for
that?
downloadable content.
But you're not really downloading. It's just that the game's been updated. So whatever. It's
you
new
do
content.
have an update though.
Yeah, okay, so every time a game updates, it's DLC.
No, but in this case it is
Why?
because it's added content that is.
Let's just
like,
add it. Let's just call it added content. Who nobody cares. The point is, there's this new thing on Red Dead Online called Blood Money. It's the Blood Money. Yeah. And the idea behind Blood Money is that you had this new dude who's trying to get Capitale. Capitale. Get me some Capitale. In the opening cinematic, he says Capitale like 20 times. It's like, shut up. Yeah, and basically what we've got now, as we learned last week, is there are now crimes in Red Dead Online. So they're a lot like the missions that you went to people for. You know, for those of you who haven't played it, there are all these people across the map. You go to them, they say, I got a job for you. And it has to do with killing people and taking money and robbing graves and whatever. There are now stagecoach robberies, which is something kind of new.
Nice.
I'm trying to think if there's other things that's new about
so
this.
Do you commit those, or is that
Yes.
sort of...
Yeah,
all right,
no,
okay.
you're committing the crimes. And I played a few of them on this, you know, video stream. I'm on the stream twice. Look at that. How about that? Twice the Duke. And a couple of them were just like, one of them was like, go in the person's house and like find the, you know, there's the stuff you're supposed to steal. Yeah. Right. There's the stuff you're supposed to steal over here. And then if you check boxes and, you know, cupboards along the way, you also can get capital, apparently. I did like 5 missions. I haven't gotten any capital yet. So I don't.
What the
I'm
hell
not good
is
at getting the
capital? What is
It's like this new kind of stuff that you get, and if you get enough capital, then you can unlock opportunities, as they're called, and the opportunities are like longer missions.
So I'm just going to ask a silly question here because you know you're probably going to tell me what I expect, exactly what I'm expecting to hear. But can you buy capital in real money with real cash? Well, that's quite
I don't
impressive.
believe so. Yeah, as far as I can tell, they're not asking for money here. What they are selling is a new kind of outlaw pass thing. There's something that shows as soon as you start up, it goes, buy this thing and get this mask and this
but
new
the
hat.
outlaw pass always happens.
And a million capital for free. There you go.
Maybe.
That's probably what happens.
Could be, but anyway, the point is that I was, you know, there's a timer. The clock's ticking when you do these missions. So I didn't feel like I had the time to sit around looking around everywhere to find the capital. And I didn't even know at first that the stuff I thought they said, you know, go to this guy's house and get his valuables. I was like, oh, there's capital. I'm going to be getting the capital valuables. No, you get the valuables you bring to the person who gives you the mission. And then there's also capital along the way.
Good God.
And yeah, later on, one of the people who gives you the mission says, oh, and while you're doing it, you may find some capital along the way. So whatever. One of the missions was sneak into this dude's house and take his stuff. And of course, I'm bad at stealth. So as soon as I get within 100 yards of the house, they're like, what are you doing here? And I was like, oh, shit. And I just started shooting everybody. Trying to think of what other missions were. Well, anyway, there were some other missions that were pretty samey in terms of like the missions that strangers give you. Or not strangers, but, you know, these individuals who give you tasks to do. However, one of the missions is called like the John Barch mission or whatever. Part 1 of 3. And I was like, okay, there's a little story here. Let's check this out. And that mission starts off with you have to save the dude from a prison wagon. Okay, that's kind of par for the course. There's a mission in the original Red Dead 2 where you break the guy out of prison, right? So, okay, you know, I kill the guards. I break the dude out of prison. And he goes, all right, now we're going to show those people. And that's how he talks, by the way. Now we're going to show those people who you messed with. Get one of those guards. And I have a horse. He's on the back of my horse, the dude I freed from the prison wagon. And he's on the back of the horse. He's like, get one of those guards. I'm like, how am I supposed to get one of those guards? All right, I guess I'm supposed to lasso him and drag him behind me. Maybe if I had a hunting wagon or a stagecoach, I could put him in there, but I didn't have any of those with me. So I was like, whatever. I'll drag him behind me. And he goes, let's go to Van Horn and show these people who they messed with. And so we dragged this poor dude that we just killed and put his body in the middle of town. And he's like, listen up, you bastards. You arrested the wrong guy. And then it's like cause mayhem in the town. So I'm shooting, and there's conveniently red boxes and barrels everywhere. So I'm causing things to blow up. I was like, whoa, this is intense. And then like wave after wave of townsfolk are coming to you, and you're supposed to mow them down.
Nice.
And I was like, I'm not comfortable with what I'm doing here.
Ginny would love that.
This is basically what most people do in Red Dead anyway.
Exactly. That's the thing. I know I'm a weirdo. I want to go get some bad guys. Like, no, you are the bad guy right now. What did I think I was going to when I signed up for crimes?
Was the townsfolk shooting at you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's fine. That wasn't problem. You were only defending yourself. God,
so after I killed about I must have killed 50 people. And again, there's 50 people dead in the street. You can loot every single corpse in the street.
Nice.
I should have done, but the clock was ticking. And he's like, take me to my hideout. And I'm like, I don't know how far his hideout is. I don't want to risk not getting him to his hideout in time. So I only looted like 10 of the bodies.
How much capital?
I might have gotten capital.
Capital, baby.
Man.
The pockets might have been
spent more time going
after
that capital. Yeah, exactly.
Happy bloody tal, man.
So,
Good God.
this new DLC or content is interesting. I mean, there's finally some story missions, which a lot of people have been waiting for. It's not blindingly new. There's really nothing new about the mechanics, so far as I can tell. I don't really know what I would want ideally in DLC for this game. This wasn't what I was hoping for, I guess. But then I started wondering, like, well, what was I hoping for? And I don't really know what that would be. So it's good. It's thumbs up. It's free. You don't have to pay anything to start playing it. So
for me, it's just like more busy work, isn't it? Really, in Red Dead Online.
Well, that's these games all over, though, isn't it?
Because
That's
like
what
this
it's
is
all
making me
about.
think. Yeah, I should go back into Red Dead and play some more. Like,
I mean, they are story missions.
yeah.
They're not like a main story or anything, but you know, there's part 1, part 2, part 3. So I am curious to know what part 2 of this guy's John Barch's mission, whatever it's called.
Shoot up more people.
I was going to say shoot.
Now we're gonna go to Annesburg and kill everybody.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going. Maybe he'll get you to rob something.
Now we're gonna kill every crocodile that's not looking at you just for no reason.
Because let's be honest, dude, this dude was in a prison wagon for something, wasn't he? He'd done some shit.
Well, he might have been locked up for no good reason.
It might have been tax evasion, shoot.
It doesn't sound like it, does he? Let's go to the town and shoot everybody.
Else. Well,
Do you know what I'm saying?
And that's the part that makes me think he's in prison for a reason, yeah.
Not being funny, right? But he's not worried about his safety, is he, this dude? I mean, he's
really not.
Literally in the middle of the street.
Oh, yeah. He's right in the middle of the street.
He's
Come and get me, you bastards.
He's not even shooting anyone, though.
No.
What was he doing? He's just crouched there, I don't know, is he taking a shit? What's he doing, the dude?
That's a good question.
I mean, Christ almighty, there's a million people and he just stood there and then no one's shooting at him. What's the matter with them all?
You should ask them. It's a good question.
I know, I'd have thought a bit more of Rockstar's AI, to be honest. Wow, this dude is not
but he's fearless. That's not his AI.
Fearless? I think he must have
hardcore.
some bulletproof coating on that.
Well, exactly. He's like that religious leader dude who's got the tinfoil hat and you can't kill him.
He's going to float in a minute. He's going to float up in the sky and shoot everybody from there. I don't know. That is just weird. That is just weird. It's a good job. Can you imagine if that happened in the actual game? You know, in the main story in the game, and some dude just stood in there. I mean, at least he took cover and stuff in the game, didn't he?
Yeah.
Wow. It is a bit weird. Anyway, it looks cool though, as always.
Yeah.
You know, Red Dead 2
it's
always
fun.
looks cool.
Yeah. So you know, if you're into Red Dead, check it out. It's fun. It's free.
It's free.
It's free.
You could do worse. Yeah.
You definitely could. I mean, come on. You could do a hell lot worse than this. You know, when you're talking about polish, these guys know how to polish stuff, don't they?
They do know how to polish stuff.
They do. They do polish it. It does look nice. How old is this now? When did this come out?
2018.
17 years.
Wow, it's hard to believe it's 3 years old already, isn't it? It still looks pretty good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Very good. Very good. Chinny, are you going next? What have you been doing?
No, I'm going to eat my ice bun. You go.
All right, I'll go then. Yeah, I had such a stupid idea today. Right.
Uh-oh, what's that?
Well, I hadn't played a lot. I was like, no, well, yeah, that's part
to
of it.
do a podcast about video games?
I hadn't played a lot, so I was like, I don't know. I've not played anything on the VR headset for a bit, and they've updated that 4 VR bowling. I haven't played it since.
Playing VR, that is a stupid idea.
I know. I pulled the muscle.
I've still open my Elite strap.
I know, that's funny. Mind you, it's not the weather, and yeah, I think strapping a VR headset to your face in this sort of 29 degrees heat is kind of a bad idea. It's like a personal face sauna.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that thing, as soon as you stick it on, you instantly sweat, you know, in this sort of heat. And, you know, it gets hot because it's got a little mini computer inside it. So this thing is getting a bit warm inside. And I thought I'll check out. So I tried to check out, because you can now play any music you want off YouTube within the game for everybody to listen to, which is kind of cool. I like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. They've even got set up in the foyer, you know, where you go to the bowling alley. They've got like a little kiosk set up for YouTube with a keyboard so you can type in a search and start it playing before you enter the bowling alley, which I thought was kind of a nice touch.
Can you play any video on YouTube?
Yeah, anything. You can play anything you like while you're playing bowling. So you can play anything you like.
So you can play Who Does the Bell Toll For?
If you wanted to, I'm assuming you could do that. Yeah, you can play anything on YouTube, basically. But most people are going to play music because that's the point.
Wait, here we go. You ready?
Witness the fitness.
You thought I was gonna play that.
Superb. Yeah. So, but it's like sign into your YouTube account. I'm like, oh, I can't be bothered. So, at this point, I was sweating profusely. So I thought, screw this, and I took it off. So I didn't.
I don't understand why it's a problem to sign into your YouTube account, though.
Because it was taking time, and I was already hot. And the longer it took, the hotter I was
It
getting.
sounds like
and I'm like,
playing VR in 30-degree weather is
a
not
bad
yeah,
idea.
It's just a bad idea anyway.
It's a bad idea in general to stick it on your
It's
head.
all
in
right for
this
the
sort of
Americans.
heat.
They have aircon.
I know, yeah, we don't have any of that shit.
We don't have aircon in that.
This is aircon, a fan. This is our aircon, a fan. So I can't really tell you how good the update is and they've updated physics and all sorts of crazy stuff. But yeah, I can't tell you how good it is because it was too hot to even play it. And I was worried about pulling an arse muscle again, so I didn't. So,
I don't blame you.
I know.
It's the worst kind of muscle to pull.
It is, because I did myself a massive mischief last time. So yeah, not this time. So shall I actually talk about something I've played?
Well,
enough about the games you haven't played.
Games I didn't play because it was too hot. I haven't played a lot this week because it's just been too hot. There's been
what does he lie? I ain't play nothing.
But yeah, I am trying to make my way to the end of Battlefield Bad Company. So I played a bit more of that this morning when it was still cool. And you know what? Although this game holds up a little bit, it does feel old.
Well, yeah, it's an old.
And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Tell you for why. And it's nothing to do with the graphics or the gameplay, really. It's nothing to do with those things because they still hold up pretty well. Actually, the shooting mechanics are pretty cool. You know, everything gets destroyed pretty well. I mean, you can tell it looks old.
It's the squad system. That's the problem.
But it looks fine. I've not played any multiplayer bollocks.
I know I'm playing.
What do you think? It's the mission structure that feels old because the missions are really repetitive. It's like, go here, blow up these guns. Go here, blow up these anti-aircraft missiles. Go here, take out these 3 sniper nests.
Oh, man, you're really getting me with this nostalgia. This is a classic.
And I'm like, oh, I've had enough now of keep going here and going to the red triangle and blow something up. And that's kind of the game, really. And then a tank might turn up and start shooting at you, and I guess that happens occasionally. Yeah. But I don't know. I just feel like it feels old because of the mission structure. But also, stuff hasn't changed that much either. You know, when I think about mission structure of games now, you know, they're better. But a lot of them are still like this, aren't they?
Not every game's going to be Oblivion. Oblivion had some great missions. Like, go to this town and find out what's going on. Wait a minute, everybody's invisible. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And then, find out what's going on.
Let's
Murder
go to
party.
this dude. Oh, got to go in a painting.
Yeah. Let's go to this house where there's a party. Oh, there's a murder party. You have to figure out.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Well, that's old.
I mean,
that's really old, and that are great.
Well, yeah, but it's a point. It's not about new or old. It's a point about how creative and clever are the people making the games in terms of the structure of the missions. And I agree with you that to be fair, Skyrim's missions are mostly go to this.
Fetch this shit.
Well, not just fetch this shit, but go to this tomb and watch out for Draugr. There's gonna be zombies everywhere.
And at the end, there might be some sort of prize.
And in The Witcher 3, it's mostly go to this village. Oh, there's a monster terrorizing this village. Figure out which herbs you're going to use to fight it. All right.
I do feel like, though, I think Battlefield games in general have suffered a lot from this kind of mission. The story's never been that great in Battlefield games, has it?
This is Battlefield's best attempt at a story.
I know, and it's still a bit meh.
Well, that was because of the characters, not anything because of the plot or anything.
Yeah, the plot's
plot
pretty
was
poor.
Pretty standard. Yeah, well, I don't know if I'd call it poor.
Well, it is. It is. It's literally, I just said, is go here, do this, go here, do this, go here, do this.
Yeah, but at the end, you're fighting a huge thing. You got to.
I haven't got that far yet.
Well, I remember the last fight mission being really cool. So.
Well, we'll
see. What you think about the last fight.
The interesting thing is, do you know what mission I remember the most out of any game I've ever played?
The one where you use the loo?
No. It's from Call of Duty 2. And that is the mission. It's the mission where you're going up the hill forever, and it's it's almost
for the
like
bulge.
Yeah, it's like attrition. You're constantly getting grenade bloody spammed, and you have to try and get to the top of this hill, and it was horrific.
I
But
remember
it felt
storming the
like
beach
war.
in World at War.
What's
Yeah.
that? Sorry, say again, Duke.
Oh, I just remember in World at War, there was a
Yep.
mission where you're storming the beach, and it was just a nightmare because of all the grenades flying from everywhere.
Yeah, I think Call of Duty suffered a lot from that. But I think I remember it because it felt like that's what war would be like, you know, that constant trying to stay
yeah.
alive and crawl up a hill.
That's what I hear.
So, you know.
A lot of war is trying to stay alive.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Chinny, we'll come over to you now because
hello.
you know, I'm going to try and get to the end of this at some point. But come on, like, what have you been playing?
I've played my game, bitch.
Ah,
Oh,
finally.
snap. It's
3
been
weeks
such
ago
a
for
long
this?
time.
Yeah, well, we had a 600 episode.
Yeah, that is true.
Hello, sound effect.
Oh.
There we go.
Bitch. Yeah, bitch.
Yeah, bitch.
Play my game, bitch.
Yeah, it's got the Breaking Bad connection.
Yeah, bitch.
Can I just say, I am not Pop Bob. It's asking,
Bob.
are veteran like playing games for a long time or been to the sandbox, which I mean, is that the army? Is that being in the army or being in the forces?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I'm assuming that's what it means, but yes, it's
No, we're
games.
not military veterans. We're veterans of the gaming lifestyle.
Yeah, it's games, not military.
Unless he means a sandbox in like a nursery.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, which
Yeah.
I did go to a sandbox when I was at nursery. So
Yeah.
You did?
Which is basically like a war zone.
It can't, all those kids, man, fighting over the sand.
Fighting over like, no, the digger's mine, you motherfucker. You know, that's exactly.
Hitting them with a spade or something.
Give me back that digger. Fuck you. It was a war
Do you
zone.
know, I don't remember nursery being like that.
Oh, yeah, it was brutal.
Is it
I remember
brutal
my
stuff?
one
Who knows?
thing about nursery that I don't remember much of nursery, but I do remember one thing. The back of my nursery was the primary school that I eventually went to.
Oh, yeah.
And the fence had broke. And about 5 of us ran through this fence and ran straight through to the field on the primary school.
Nice.
And I remember being in massive trouble with the teacher, and they called us into an office and, you do not go through that fence. And I was like, that's the only memory I have of nursery. I don't
Do you know,
remember
that's
anything
weird.
else.
I remember my very first day at school, primary school. And,
I remember
and
a
I'm
very
old.
small moment, two
Yeah.
moments on my first day at school.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot, right? But the one thing I remember is I went up to the the juniors playground by mistake, and I just remember looking up at all these people who were really tall. I was tiny, and that's the only thing I remember.
It's quite funny, really, because you still do that now.
I know, yeah, it's true. I'm still not the biggest person in the world. It is true. Can't lie.
I remember, while we're talking about school, the first year of school, we were playing this game, me and Dean Johnson.
Me and Dino.
Me and little Dean. Beanhead Dean, we used to call him.
He called him what? Deanhead Dean?
Beanhead Dean.
Oh, Beanhead Dean.
Because he always had a head like a bean, right?
Brilliant.
And I'd put the laces of my coat in my mouth.
Yeah.
And that means I'm a robot. I'm a robot. I'm a fucking robot, right?
What?
Okay.
And then to stop me moving, he'd have to pull the laces out.
Wow,
And
that
then-
sounds like a game right there.
And I remember him pulling it out, and he pulled one of my teeth out.
Oh,
and
no.
I still to this day remember the teeth flying out of
Pulled
my
one
mouth.
of your teeth out, brilliant.
And my brother, because my brother was in year 6 when I was in year 1, and he came and picked up my tooth. That's
That
all I
is
remember.
funny.
Anyway, I've been playing A Plague Tale Innocence.
Oh, right, yes, games. Oh, there is some video games. I've forgotten about that. I was so taken in by your story there, Chinny, I'd forgotten.
Yeah. So, A Plague Tale Innocence is a game.
It is a game.
Where
This
you
is
are
true.
French.
Yes.
But don't hold it against the game, right?
I
Don't
know.
worry
We're
about
not,
it.
we're not usually fans of French people.
I know
in the UK,
nobody
are we?
likes the French, including the French.
That's right. It's true. It's totally true.
But you play as some sort of French lord's daughter.
I think that's about the size of it. Yeah.
And you some dog dies, and you're like, oh, no, that's sad, isn't it? And then you there's a plague in the town. And you're like, all right, yeah, that's well, I'm a lord's daughter, so who gives a shit about the people? You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. And the English bloody come Bloody English.
Yeah, bloody English.
All right, and they're like,
spit on them. That's what I say.
And they're like, you know, where's your son? He's got the plague. Where is he? And your dad's like, fam, I don't know. I ain't got a fucking clue. I ain't got a fucking.
I look like a guy who knows
that little shit he gets everywhere. I never know where he is.
That little bastard. I don't know where he is. He owes me a tenner as well. So if you see him, let me know. Anyway, they don't buy that. They kill your dad. He's dead.
Spoilers.
Your mom, who's quite attractive, she's like, oh well, I didn't really like your dad anyway. And you sort of like you're sneaking around the castle that you live in, and your mom sort of helps you out. Then
I love that
diddly-doo. Then you sort of at this gate, and there's your mom and some other bloke, and your mom pushes you through this gate, this door, and this guy's chasing you, so that's why she pushes you through the door, and then you just see the sword come through the door with blood on it. So you're supposed to assume that your mom got killed, but there was somebody else there as well.
What?
So I think. Because the rule is, if you don't see somebody die, they're not dead. So
yeah, exactly.
That happened in Game of Thrones, so you know.
Exactly. So, yeah. So I think you're supposed to assume that your mum's dead, but there was somebody else there, so I think that person died, and then they probably kidnapped your mum or whatever. But the whole idea of the game is that you are escorting your little bitch brother.
That's what they call him.
He's a bloody handful, that kid.
Yeah, that was the alternative name for the game. Little bitch brother.
Little bitch brother.
A Plague's Tale bitch brother.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Let's try this. My little bitch brother.
My little bitch brother.
The little bitch brother. There you go. I reckon that
I'm not. Pop Bob says I'm Canadian and we don't like the French because they're all like the French.
Who does like the French? Nobody.
No one likes the French. Not even the French.
Personne ne l'aime pas.
Even the French are just like, you know. Anyway,
is that what they do? How does that go again? I like it. I think that works.
So the old mechanic of the game is you've got a slingshot and you use this slingshot to distract enemies. It's basically a stealth game where you're escorting your little brother around. And it's pretty good. I like it. It's all right, you know. It's graphically, it's okay. It's probably as good as like a Witcher 3. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't look too bad. But the animation is a little bit janky.
Yeah.
And the acting.
Well, it's going to be because it's not. Is it mocapped? It doesn't look.
No,
mocapped.
I don't think it is mocap. Or if it is, it's not perfectly. And also, if you do motion capture. It doesn't just, you don't just like save file and then it's done. Right. You have to tweak it and
that is true.
Change it. And, you know, anybody will tell you, like, if you do motion capture basically is a reference point for all the animation.
Right.
And then you still have to go in and tweak things and change things. Yeah. So to me, it's sort of, this screams of really high ambitions, pretty well executed, and the little blips of animation, the little ropey bits of animation and acting is down to small team, limited budget, maybe a tight deadline. But this is a good game.
Do you know what these guys went on to make? Asobo?
Plague's Tales 2?
Well, they are making that, but no, they made Microsoft Flight Simulator, so that's what these guys made after this.
Yeah, no, it certainly has polish, and it might be because what did they make before this? Didn't they make?
I've no idea, but I'm assuming they made something.
I'm going to research it now.
You researched that,
but they made something before it, and I think it was a first-person game. Developer is Asobo Studio.
Yeah, Asobo. I'm not sure.
Asobo, blah 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 blah. Let's have a look. Games. Our games. Plague's Tale. Requiem. That's the sequel. Flight Simulator. Plague's Tale Innocence. The Crew 2.
Wow. So whoa. So these were part of Ubisoft worthy then, I'm guessing.
Well, it's also got on here Quantum Break, so I'm guessing they do a lot of ports and things like that. So,
well, maybe that or they do secondary work on stuff for other people. Maybe.
yeah, so maybe no. So on
Interesting.
their list is the Crew 2, which is probably like support, not the core development, because Rush, a Disney Pixar adventure. Zoo Tycoon, they did some stuff for. Fragments, I've never heard of it. Quantum Break.
No, no.
Recall.
Quantum Break was a big game. Rico. Oof, you don't admit to that, do you?
I liked Recore. I mean, I didn't play the whole thing, but I liked what I did play of it.
Yeah. Recore, I suppose. The Crew. They've done stuff. Fuel. God, that's an old game.
That is an old game.
So they've got.
I just keep reading out names.
They've got
games.
some.
Yeah, just keep reading out games, man.
They've got some games under their. But it seems like since this game, they've really hit their stride because they've got this game, Microsoft Flight Simulator, and then another one of these coming out, and it's all right. Like I think this is a good attempt, and
it does. I mean, can I just say, it does get better as well as you go through the game because you unlock a lot of different powers.
Well, I know one power. One got spoilt for me on another podcast. I won't mention their name. SEAL Team.
Not shocked.
So they spoiled one of the mechanics. But where I am at the moment, I'm sort of going through blah 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 blah, and then I meet this priest guy, and he's like, "What up? I'm a priest." And then then you go, "Oh, well, let's go in this tomb," and there's fucking loads of rats, and all these rats come out and eat the shit out of him. And rats in this game are scared of light, so you use torches and light to avoid the rats. So it's a little bit of a puzzle platformer where you've got to. It's a 3D adventure. It's like a third-person adventure, stealth platformy game. And the crafting system is like The Last of Us, and I feel like it's borrowing quite a lot from The Last of Us. Really, imagine a game like that, but just stealthy bits, and you're just escorting constantly. It's all right. The stealth in the game, the upgrade system is simple enough, not too complicated. The game rewards you for looking around. The levels are well designed. You walk forward, and then the game makes you turn around. And when you turn around and walk back, you spot something that you didn't spot. Like a sort of common thing that Uncharted and The Last of Us would do. It's all right. Like I've heard this game was good. I knew people had lots of good things to say about it. And I know it's not new, is it? It's pretty old.
No, it's a couple of years old now, I believe. So.
Yeah, I'm just.
I only got around to playing it last year, and I was very impressed with it. I really liked it.
It's got quite a few awards from all over the world. It's got Game of the Year by God Is a Geek. I don't know what that is.
I have heard of them. I don't think they're obviously not as big as a lot of the
Best Stealth and Best Story in 2019 by the Game Debate Awards. It's got Editor's Choice by Windows Central Game Awards. Best Score. It has got a really good score, to be fair. By some French website, but no one cares. And the best independent game, so the best indie game by the PlayStation blog, which is these are credible awards.
It is. I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed it way more than I expected to. I guess that's the best way to describe it. And it is a solid game. And like I say, it does get. It keeps it varied enough as well to the end of the game. You never get bored because it's always either adding a new mechanic or putting you somewhere new.
Yeah.
So it does a good job of changing things up all the time. I think it's a good. Are you going to continue to play it? That's
definitely.
The question.
Yeah. Definitely.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. I think I'm going to keep playing it. I just really like it. Like I like linear games. Do you know what I mean? I just like games where you go from a start to an end. I like open world games as well. Don't get me wrong, but. I love third-person games, so I really like third-person games. But I love linear games, and they don't make that many of them these days. Like just a simple single-player
story,
linear. Like this is going from A to B. You're achieving this. It's done. So So yeah, this came out in May 2019.
Yeah.
So I would have been thick into the snooker 19 at this point. So
I think you were, yeah. I think that's probably what it
that's
was.
probably what distracted me. But no, this is all right. This is all right. It just feels
Good.
like, as this, I've heard a few people play this recently, and it just feels like since it come on Game Pass, it's had a bit of a second life, and people have gone, oh, this game's all right. It didn't launch with a massive bang, but it's quietly
and
under the
it is
radar,
now
getting some.
XS enhanced, isn't it? So if you play it now, you get the fancy fandangled HDR and all that kind of stuff.
All that sort of stuff, yeah.
So it looks a bit better. It looks a bit shinier.
It's a good effort,
shinier.
I'd say. I it's getting like 9s out of 10s, 81 on Metacritic. It's all right.
It's a decent game. No, it is. So I'm guessing this is a bit of a formality though. But is it a hit, a miss, or a piece of shit?
It's a piece of hit.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm quite impressed. By the way, I have done a Google Translate of my little bitch brother into French, and this is it. I think it would sound great as a title for this game. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You have to accept the French accent here. It's not great, but it is. This is it. It's Mon petit frère de Pew.
Okay.
Mon petit frère de Pew.
Mon petit frère de Pew. So there you go. I think that sounds
we
pretty
got
good.
the title of the show.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. So that's it. That's what this game should have been called. That's what the game should have been called. So yeah, it's good. Back over to you, I guess, Duke.
It's back over to me time. So I've been working on another roller coaster for the realm that I've been living in, and I'm sorry that I can't build it in the veteran gamers realm. It's just that this one makes it very easy to buy stuff. So if I want glowstone in the veteran gamers Minecraft realm, I have to go into the nether and mine it, right? But in this other server that I'm playing on, there's a shop where you have cash on the server and you get a certain amount of cash for playing each day, and I can just go buy the glowstone. So whatever. All that is to say, I will be unveiling. I'll be doing a video with the two roller coasters that I've been making. So whatever. But I had the yearning to play an open world sword and sorcery RPG.
Okay.
And obviously, Skyrim scratches that itch a lot.
It does.
But I tried Greedfall, I tried Dragon's Dogma, I tried a bunch of stuff, and none of it's doing the job. So I went back to MMOs.
Have you tried, Duke? I have got a recommendation for a really good open world RPG. I think this is going to scratch that itch all day long. Are you ready?
I feel like you're building to a joke, but go ahead.
2 Worlds. Apparently, it's amazing.
I hear good things about that too. Yeah, I should check that out. I did try 2 Worlds 2 once upon a time, but it was garbage. Anyway, the point is that I mean, in the last 2 years, name me an open world RPG, a medieval, sword and sorcery open world RPG. I don't think there have been.
There's been the Souls games, hasn't there, and those sorts of things. But
stop it! That's not open world.
No, but even they're older than you think, aren't they? Now, I think you're right.
That mostly they're making them as MMOs. So I was like, all right. And even those, there haven't been any good ones in the last couple of years. So I was like, let me go back on my hunt. And I went back to Arcade. I played this a long time ago, but I was like, it's been a while. Maybe I should see how they've come along. And first of all, there was a million updates and upgrades. And then I had to download the game, and then it goes, I was like 20 minutes. It said 20 minutes. I was like, okay, I'll go get something to eat. And I came back 20 minutes later, and it's like 5 minutes left. And I was like, well, that was wrong, an estimate. But then when it got done, I was sitting there watching it for 5 minutes, and then it goes, applying download, 20 minutes. I was like, what do you mean applying? What does that even mean, applying download? Come on. So anyway, I eventually start the game up, and as Chinny is showing you, the Let's Play that I looked at was like, hey, we've got something new. This is on a ship. There's this captain telling you about stuff, and there's this sort of history, and then you go and you fire cannons. So if you skip ahead a little, Chinny, you'll see the part where you're firing cannons at the other ship. And I was like, oh man, this is kind of like Assassin's Creed Black Flag a little bit. That's awesome. And the problem is, like, firing the cannons, that's like the only thing you do for the first like 20 minutes of the game. The rest of it is it's basically watching cutscenes. And I was like, what the hell? And then there is this point where you're washed up you get attacked, your boat is sinking, the captain's like, abandon ship. So you wake up on the shore, and then he's like, all right, we're going to attack that castle, I guess. We happen to be on a beach near a castle we're going to attack. Okay, fine. And he goes, here's your flying device. Use this to scout the castle. And I was like, all right, this could be cool. I get to fly around and scout a castle. It's a cutscene. Chinny, I put a little note where the flying scene is, 17:15 on that video. And all you're doing is just watching the people. You're watching your character fly around on the flying machine. I was like, why am I not doing anything? Because ostensibly it's a tutorial.
Well, that'd take programming, I guess.
But you can do it later, I guess. But for this, it's just watching it happen. And I was like, this is cool, but I want to be doing it. I don't want to just...
It does look quite cool, I must admit.
Yeah, it looks great.
If I didn't know better, I'd be like, God, you've got really good at that quick.
Yeah, I know, right? I should have said
wow,
that.
barrel rolls through little holes and everything. I'm so impressed.
Right. So that ends. And then it's like, all right, now go into the battlefield or whatever. And it's like, what? So you go to the battlefield, and it's exactly where you start off in the regular game. I guess all of this is just a shiny new start to the game, and then like you have to go through the training or tutorial missions, and it's so clunky because the combat is shite. The controls are horrible. The screen is covered with UI spam. It was just a disgrace, and I was just like, I felt like I wasted an hour of my life. And the people who play this game and enjoy it must really be hardcore with it, because I couldn't get past, the missions I needed to do. Like interacting with people is annoying, and trying to target the enemies is bad. It was just a bad game. So, I mean, whatever. It makes a lot of like top 10 lists of MMOs. I shouldn't say it's a bad game. I did not enjoy it at all. That's the truth of it. So, Arcade, thumbs down. No, thank you.
No, thank you. I have got a recommendation for an open world RPG, which I don't think you've played.
Okay, let's hear it. And
you may own it because it was free on Epic Game Store at one point.
I may.
So you may own it. What about Kingdom Come Deliverance?
I did try that once upon a time. And that was the game where you start off in some shack and you have to go, like, some dude stole money from your dad and you have to go try to get it back. And then he was like, I'll fight you for it. And then you fight him, and he kicked my ass because I didn't know what I was doing. The controls weren't very clear. And so he kicked my ass in the duel, the combat, the brawl. And I've won a lot of brawls in Skyrim, by the way, so I know how to brawl.
Yeah, you have to punch people in the face, man.
Click, 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 click. This game's a
little more
complicated than that.
Exactly.
Anyway,
I
so
know how
then
to
it was
fight.
like...
Thank you very much.
So then it was like, he kicks you out of his house. I don't know why I was in his house to begin with, but anyway, kicks you out of his house, and then it's like, I guess I'll have to steal the money back. And so you have to like try to sneak into his house. But every time I tried to sneak into his house, the guards were like, "Oh, what are you doing?" So I had to do some stealth right away, and because I failed at boxing, and I was just like, "This sucks. I am not having fun with this game."
See,
so
a lot of people like this game, but I have heard
a lot of people like this game.
It's very difficult. So I've heard
which is not what I'm looking for. So
I've heard that the combat
recommendation
takes a lot of skill.
It. Maybe I should try it again, but I'm not planning on it right now.
You should try it again. I don't know.
If I find it on sale real cheap, maybe, because I think I bought it on Steam and then sold it because I hated it.
You hated that game. It's terrible.
I just didn't have fun with it.
I've played another game. I have played another game this week. And yeah, Lewis. Gotta speak to Lewis, man.
Uh-oh.
He
Sounds like you didn't have fun playing this game.
About this game like it's the second coming of Christ, I tell you. That's how much he loves this game.
What game is it?
Farming Simulator 2019.
Oh, yeah. Right? All right. I tried this.
He bangs on about how great this game is. All right. So I'm like, I'll do the tutorials.
Yes.
So I started the tutorial on planting seeds.
Yes, I remember this.
Tilling the land. I tilled the land.
Yeah. Dragging the thing behind you.
I dragged the thing. I put the weight, because you got to put the weight on the front of the tractor.
Yes,
see, I didn't know this. You got to have a weight on the front of your tractor so it doesn't tip over. So you try once you get the weight of the tiller on the back. Obviously, if you didn't have a weight on the front, you'd go tip backwards, like popping a wheelie in a tractor, which would have been cool.
Yeah.
And I wonder actually if you didn't put the weight on the front, whether that would happen. That would be cool. You can pop a wheelie in this game. So first you have to till the land, right? So you do all that shit, and then you go, luckily it only makes you do about half of the field, and then goes up. You know what you're doing now. So now it's time to plant your seeds. So then you plant your seeds. So you do all that shit, and you have to go roll up and down. Then he goes up. You've done that. Good stuff.
Yes.
Now it's time to harvest your crop with your combine harvester.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fun, right? And in the tutorial, it gives you all this
reward. That's the payoff.
It gives you all this really, really fancy tractors and combine harvesters and, you know, like tillers, like all the top of the range shit. Okay, so I'm like, this is cool-ish, not really. And then you've got to put your grain in the fucking wagon. And then when you put the grain in the wagon, then you've got to go and tip it in the silo.
Right.
Right. I'm getting all this, right?
And you have to drive across town to get to the silo,
No, on the tutorial.
Oh, no. Sorry, this is before then. Yeah,
this is before that. It's next to your farm or whatever. It's in your farm.
Right.
So I goes and does all that shit, right? So it tips it all in, does all that.
Yes.
And I'm like, I'm a bit bored now. And there's all these other tutorials for other shit, like chopping down trees and things.
Unlike Chinny, who's engrossed by this.
Right, so I thought, I'm just going to get into the game because I think the best way to learn to play a game is to do the game, right?
Dive right in. Forget this tutorial business.
Fuck tutorials. I'm a gamer.
What wisdom you have, Stu.
I know my shit. I'm not being told by some game how to play it. I know what I'm doing. So I got stuck in, right? And it's like, do you want to start as a pauper? No. Why would I want to start with nothing at all?
Somebody with a lot of money.
Fuck that shit. Give me cash and workers, and I don't have to do anything.
Doesn't that defeat the point of the game?
No. So, I got stuck into the game, and I got in. I had the farm, but the equipment they give you, right, is half the size of all the stuff in the tutorial. I'm like, why have I got this little tiny tractor, man? Where's that big?
Because they want to show you what you're going to build up to. It's like
I know. I'm
like,
like,
or something.
Why is my combine harvester half the width of the one that I was in the tutorial? That's going to
God of War 3 They God of War 3 gave you all your
they
powers
did.
and then you
they did.
all the way.
I'm like, they've taken everything away. I've got all this bog standard shit now, right? So it's like, and it's almost like doing the tutorial again. So you got to till the land, right? So I was like, all right, I'll do that shit. So I'm tilling, and I'd only done one strip, and he went, do you want to hire someone to do this for you? Like, yeah, I do. So I pressed the B button, and then some dude just took over and was doing it for me, right? And then I'm like, now you need to do the seeds. So I started doing the seeds. Like, do you want to hire someone to plant your seeds? Like, of course I do. So fuck that shit.
Have someone else play the game for you?
Exactly. So then it's combine harvester, and guess what?
What?
I got someone to do it for me, man. I'm just like, I'm paying. I got cash. I'm minted.
Dude.
So I paid. So I did all that, right? And then it's like, press left and right on the D-pad to switch between vehicles so you can take over at any time of any of the things that they're doing.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm pressing, and then I ended up in a train. I'm like, why am I in a train? I'm in this diesel train, right? And I'm like, what's weird? What? And you can't steer it or anything. All you can do is open a hatch.
Yeah.
So I was like, what the fuck? So I got out of the train wherever the hell I was, because this is great, right? It's science fiction, this game, because you can just transport yourself from one place to another. I'm like, that's pretty cool, man. I've got powers. So I got out of the train. I have no idea where I am on the map, right? So I'm running around there. I'm like, oh, maybe I've got to fill it up with seeds or something. So I was looking around, but there was nothing to interact with. So I then had to get back in the train and get back to me tractor and then I'm like, I'm just bored now. So at this point, I'm like, should I carry on, playing this game, or should I turn it off? So I'm like, I'm just going to turn it. I just turned it off. I was just like, no,
damn.
It's not for me, man.
Suck it, Lewis.
It is
it's
not
happening.
for me. I'm just like, this is so mind-numbingly boring. And
you just didn't give it a chance.
It's not that, right? I get
probably what people will say.
I get that people love these types of games, but I just find them so boring. And it's weird, right? because I love.
Now, hang on a second. Let me ask you a question though.
Go on.
You've played Euro Truck Simulator and you enjoyed that, didn't you?
have.
So how can you like that and not this? What's the difference?
Sort of. So I'm not a huge fan of it.
No, I know, but you didn't turn it off with boredom and anger.
No, it was more fun watching Millie tip the truck over than actually playing the game.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know. I mean, they've got these radio stations in your tractor, so you can listen to the radio.
Yeah.
And one of them's like.
So the difference. So if Farm Simulator had radio stations,
wow,
you'd be into it.
Well. Yeah, so the radio stations in Farming Simulator, right, consist of something like classical, pop, electro.
See, Lewis, the problem is that they're boring radio stations.
But, right, when you put them on, they're clearly unlicensed music. You know what I mean? That they didn't have to.
If only there was some sort of way to play your own music on the top.
It's terrible, right? But in I
like how this is the sticking point.
In Euro Truck Simulator, you can play. It connects to an internet radio hub, so you can play any station you want in the world. So this is a great. If you're driving your truck in France, you can play French radio, man. So it feels like you're there.
So you want to be able to pretend to be a French farmer.
Exactly. Oh, that's another thing. Now you've got to the crux of the problem.
Now we've got to the problem.
Why do I have to be an American farmer? I want to. And then weirdly, right, and this pissed me off even more. Right,
you are pissed off, man.
It says it obviously looks where you're located, right?
Yeah.
So in the one on the screen you see it's in dollars, We got loads of dollar. Fucking euros. Whoa, what the fuck? Whoa, what? I'm in the UK. We don't fucking have euros in the UK. Why are you putting fucking euros? I don't want to spend euros.
It's not properly localized.
No, it's like
not enough
pounds
music
and pence,
selections
man.
and not properly localized.
No,
Those are the
what the? Why do I want to freaking have? I don't want euros. I can't even spend them. What's the point of making any cash in this game when I can't even spend it?
It's make believe.
I don't care. I don't fucking care. I want pounds and pence, man. Shillings and sixpence. That's what I want in my fucking farming simulator
These
game.
are such stupid objections.
So Lewis, it's not even in Yorkshire. Why is it not in your Lancashire? I want it in. I want to be carrots. I don't want none of these weird
I feel like
seeds
I'm
that
just
it is.
too warm to react.
I want carrots, and I want turnips, and I want freaking Swedes.
And I want music, and I want
proper
pounds,
music
not-
and pounds, shillings, and pence, man. That's what I want.
You want Britain to be about British.
British. I don't want
That
all
is
this
what you
bloody
want.
bullshit America with Euro shit. Anyway, I didn't like it much.
I want Britain to be back British.
I don't know whether you
Stew.
can
We didn't
tell.
realize it was stew. Yeah.
I don't know whether you could tell, but yeah, it didn't go down well. So
Apparently
yeah.
not.
So I uninstalled that game as quick as I. Well, I didn't. It didn't install that quick because it was 10 gigabytes. But yeah. Anyway,
Man, that's crazy.
it is.
That
It is.
sounded very dramatic, Stu.
Yeah,
Did
really.
it? Was that a
So
good
angry
review
about
of
it.
this game?
Bad music.
Oh.
How's the
honestly.
gameplay? I don't know. It's bad music and it's not showing.
The gameplay, you just drive up and down in a tractor 3 times to do different things. That's all
Again,
the
Euro
gameplay
Truck
is.
Simulator. I don't want to
I
hear
don't know what he's
it.
expecting. This is a farming simulator. I don't know what.
Yeah, really. What were you hoping
Was he
for?
expecting, like, to do
Crossbows
fucking
into the eye?
I want to
wheelies
give. I
and
want to.
like guns on the top of the
I want to
vehicle.
help a sheep. I want to help a sheep give birth and stick my hand up a cow's ass. That's what I want to do.
You don't need a game to
All
do
right,
that.
All right, Lewis, you found the next challenge.
Yeah.
Stu has made clear what he wants.
That's what I want in my farming game.
I reckon
want
there's a
those
VR game out there
seeds.
for you, Stu.
Yeah.
I want to
There's
sit
got
my.
to be something.
I want to do some like VR farm veterinary stuff.
Imagine
That's
that in
what I
VR,
want.
Stu.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. I think it will be cool. Anyway, Chidi, what else have you played, if anything?
Nothing really.
Just asking.
No, I've only played the Plague's Tale today. Yeah, I played it in good time though. I didn't play like just before the show. I was like, right.
Yeah. So how long did you play out of interest? Did you play
played
just the
about-
hour?
About 2 hours, yeah.
That's pretty
But
good.
it's
I'm
just too
impressed.
warm. I play it now because it's a bit cooler now, obviously. But I woke up this morning and sort of like, oh yeah, okay, I'll.
You get yourself a gun.
I woke up this morning, got myself a gun, and yeah, I thought I'd give it a couple of hours. I thought I'd just play it until I sort of had enough, and yeah, 2 hours was enough.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's a good chunk though.
Yeah, it's a good chunk. And I got to the bit where you're sort of dealing with the rats, and it introduces the rats.
Yeah.
as like, you know, you've got to avoid them for now, and then
Spoiler.
yeah, and then I get through that, like the tomb or whatever, and then you come out, and that's where I stop. So I think I'm like chapter 4.
Yeah, so you're way past the killing your first enemy thing, which I thought they handled really well.
Yeah. I mean, like I think there was a bit more dialogue, because I remember reading, like, oh, your slingshot does an instant headshot. And I was like, brilliant. Okay, that's great. and then the first person that you come across who's trying to kill your brother, I think it's more like I think I killed him too quickly. I just saw him and just went fucking kill him straight away. And
Right.
I think there was a little
like,
bit
"This guy's
more
not
like,
messing around."
don't you know? Oh, I don't know. I feel like there's more dialogue from the character. I just did it so quick that I think I threw the game off a bit. That was the other thing I was meant to say as well. I was like, the little boy. It's hard to do children in video games because they're usually voiced by
Adults.
And I think I don't know, but I think it's voiced by an actual child. And I don't want to kill the boy, which is
no.
Right. So it's good. It's a good thing.
What I'm saying is, like, it's not a terrible performance. I mean, he's a little bit weird.
Yeah.
But like, I don't immediately just
aren't
want
real
to.
kids though. I mean, that's realistic.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't immediately just want to leave the boy and hope that he dies. Like,
like you do with most children.
Because
in video games.
most children in video games, they're just annoying, aren't they? And they look weird.
No, what about Jason? Jason.
Exactly.
Jason.
There is a bit of Duke. There is a bit of dialogue where you think no person.
Nobody talks like that. Yeah.
In the world would ever talk like that. But you know, it's not too bad. It's like, it's not unbearable or anything like that. So I feel like I don't know if the boy is actually like
I'm having a look now.
I wouldn't know. I guess it'll be on IMDb.
No, the child actors provided both voices.
There you go. You can tell.
So yeah.
It
said I'm
makes
just having a look
sense.
now.
Yeah, it sounds like they're good child.
The boy
actors.
Hugo is played by Logan Hannon.
Okay.
And Amicia is played by Charlotte McBurney.
Oh, Charlotte McBurner. Oh, snap.
Yeah.
That's a cool name. I like that name.
Yeah, so it immediately, they've been in other French things.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like that makes a big difference though, because you know, I mean, I can only think of really Clementine.
Yeah.
Who wasn't really annoying as a child, but most of the time when it's voiced by an adult.
Is it fair to say Ellie wasn't a child in the first Last of Us?
Yeah, no, she was. Yeah, but yeah, I'd say, well, she's a teenager, isn't she?
Yeah.
And she's voiced by a young woman.
Yeah.
Who I feel like she wasn't like a 40-year-old woman, was it, or anything like that? I think she was quite a young woman. She's probably in her early 20s now, but I think she was quite young at the time. So it sort of just felt like, I mean, they do such a good job with casting anyway. I feel like they would have spotted that. But for a game like A Plague's Tale, where, you know, budget's a thing and you can't necessarily pick and choose your actors as much, I feel like they did a good job.
Can I just say as well, I don't know whether they didn't mocap it, because Logan Hannon looks a lot like his character.
Yeah,
in real
maybe
life.
they just went, well, I don't know, just make him look like him.
Right. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it does look a lot like him.
It feels like a game where they gave a shit when they made it. Do you know what I mean?
And the ages of the actors is about the same age as the characters.
But it feels like they made it with like intent, and like no one told them to make this game. Do you know what I mean? No one went, right, you've got to make a stealth third-person game. Like, no one would say that in 2020 or 2019 when it was made. It's just like they just chose to make it because they thought it would be a good idea.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's enough of that shit.
Yeah.
But
I got one more. No. Yeah. I got one more. Right, because I did not give up on my RPG quest. I went back to a game that I had played once upon a time, and I don't know why I stopped playing it, but it's called Neverwinter, not Neverwinter Nights. I know you're bumming the Neverwinter Nights, Stu, because you played that once upon a time, and you loved
I did a long time ago.
Yeah, well, this is an MMO, an open world MMO called I guess there's only open world. It would be weird to not have a linear MMO. But it's yeah, so it's a game called Neverwinter, and it's really good. This ticked the boxes that I was looking for, namely, it's open, it's
RPG.
It's RPG. It's sword and sorcery. It is medievally. There's quests, which is the big gripe with Guild Wars 2. Is that you're basically just going from zone to zone.
Is there
and you're just clearing the zone.
Like magic?
It has magic, yeah.
Does it have what other trope? Does it have like dwarfs? That's like a
and elves and
dwarves,
wizards
there's
and
elves
shit.
and wizards and shit. Yeah, exactly.
Does it have like an old wizard man or something?
The combat is very good. I really like the combat. It's not quite as good as Guild Wars 2 because Guild Wars 2 is the gold standard of combat in MMOs, but it is very good. It's probably on par with like the Old Republic, which is also a very good MMO. It's one of the weirdest things about it. Oh, and this is one really good thing is that in Guild Wars 2 and in a lot of MMOs, and it's true about Arcade, you have to loot things every 5 seconds. Every enemy you kill, like you're getting loot. And then you have to go sift through the loot. Is this better than what I'm using? Is it not as good? You know, like in Borderlands, you've played games that have a lot of loot. This game doesn't have a lot of loot like that. Like when you find a pair of gloves, it's worth stopping and going, okay, how does this compare to the gloves that I have? And that's a good thing because it means that you're not, you know, you don't have to spend all your time dealing with loot. So I really like that.
Also, let me just explain what I just saw on the screen here.
Go ahead. What you saw on
Come on, Ginny. Give it in layman's terms. Let's see what went on.
So I'm just gonna read. I just can't believe what I've just seen. So there was some sort of fucking dog dragon thing.
Oh yeah,
yes,
flying around, and he's all like, "I'm gonna fuck you up," and this guy Makos just does one spell, absolutely fucks him right up.
Oh yeah,
and he's just like, anyway, what we having for breakfast? Like what we like? No problem. That was impressive.
Piece of piss.
Wow, that dude is hard. I mean,
and then he's the one who tells you
nearly fall
over. And then he's the one who tells you like, we need help taking down this castle attack.
Do you really?
Go find the commander. Yeah. You're like, what do you mean you need my help?
Just took down a fucking giant.
Yeah, did you see what you just
and
did?
Like you didn't break a sweat. He was just like, all right.
You almost did it while eating like a burrito.
Yeah, just one hand is all he needed.
Exactly.
Anyway, I was saying to this guy, I said to him, you're not wearing the same jacket as me. Anyway, he's dead. Yeah, bye.
So it's also hard to take cutscenes in an MMO seriously. It's like, who cares? Like, I just came here to like, I don't know.
This is serious shit, dude. You need to get with a program.
Especially when there's like 20 different MMOs constantly vying for your attention. And they all have the same exact story. There's a horrible evil spreading across the land. Yeah. But you're going to spend the first 5 hours dealing with this much less serious evil over
kill these rats.
Exactly.
But let's be honest.
And that's fine. I don't mind that.
That's what all of these games, RPGs and otherwise, Oblivion had that, Skyrim had that. That's what they all do. That's the same story in every one of these.
And that's why it's so dull, because I can't take any of them seriously anymore. But you know what? I mean, to be fair, Skyrim isn't. Skyrim starts off, you're in a cart, you're about to get your head cut off. That's the whole story.
Yeah, but then an evil comes and takes over the land.
Well, it's a dragon. It's not necessarily evil. I mean, that's Alduin, yes, to be fair. But here's the thing. This is the difference. They don't spend a lot of time going into that. It's just like...
What's he doing to this dragon dog thing? Is he trying to summon it back up or some shit?
I don't even know.
Like, let me just explain
what's
going on the screen.
What is he doing?
So he's killed this man sort of weird dog thing, and he's like, anyway, we should go down. I finished my burrito. We need to go down there. Because what I'm going to do, this is going to be fucking hilarious, right? I'm going to like summon him, and he's going to be like my fucking dragon dog slave. As I'm doing it, it's going to look like I'm doing a fucking mad dance. Don't worry about that, just ignore that. But 78,000 people are going to come and try and kill me. So if you could just deal with that, I'm going to do this.
Yeah, I think you do. You are protect. Yeah, exactly. You are protecting him while he is doing.
He looks like he's doing a TikTok dance. This is the latest thing.
He does. He does.
Yeah.
Who knew? Who knew?
Yeah. But that said, like, it's fun. Like what it is, they do it right. Now, here's one of the weird things. in The Witcher, I don't know if you remember, Stu, but Chinny, you played it more recently, I think. Do you remember how many hit points you have in The Witcher? Like, you know,
What,
ballpark?
before you get killed?
Well, no, I mean just like when you're at max hit points. Like, how many hit points are we talking about?
I haven't got a clue.
I don't know.
100, 200, maybe something like that.
I
Sound
have
right?
no idea. I
I've
vaguely
no-
remember
what's
seeing the number 300 maybe at some point.
What's he
but-
talking about,
Okay.
Chinny? What's he talking about?
Like,
I-
how
I
many
don't
hit
know what
points?
he means.
I mean, we don't even think about it in terms of numbers. We have a bar.
Yeah, I have no
that's
idea
red.
what you're talking about.
Well, in Dungeons and Dragons, where this all began,
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
you have hit points, and you have a certain number of them. And in every game since then, you have hit points.
Yeah,
so
Borderlands
anyway,
started this shit, didn't it? Really?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
brought it
Oh,
into
I get
modern
what
well,
you're
that's the
talking
numbers
about.
coming out of your
Yeah,
head. But every
yeah.
RPG, you have a number. You have a certain number of hit
Yeah,
points. However, here's the thing: in this game, around when I started noticing it, which is level 5 or 6, you have 50,000 hit points.
Nice.
So I was like, oh my god, because I looked at like damage and it was like average damage like 20,000. I'm like, what? Holy shit! Usually damage is like
because
20,
they just
30.
like they level up, like they build and add more content. So like the
I
characters just
guess
get harder
I
and
don't know.
harder and harder.
Could be. I don't know. It was just weird that I was like, wow, I have 500,000 hit points. How about that?
I would like to acknowledge the chat at the moment.
Oh yeah, I can see what's going on there.
The
What up, chat?
The chat says, "Bring back Chinny's snooker channel." And then Trite says, "I do reminisce." Lol.
He's playing real snooker. He doesn't have time for your fake.
Yeah, and then the
fake
dancer says,
snooker.
"I'm starting a petition." And then he also says, "Hopefully he's reading this. Bilston's finest snooker gamer." First of all, I'm not from Bilston. I've got 5 fingers on each hand. Thank you very much.
And only one head.
And only one head. And all my teeth, just about. Yeah, what? Hey, yeah, fucking what? That's an impression of the mayor of Bilston. Yeah, anyway, yeah, I don't know. I'm playing real snooker, and also I'm hardly doing that because it is not snooker weather at the moment. It's too fucking hot to play.
It's too hot to be in a snooker
too
hall,
hot
isn't it?
to go
Oh
into
my
a
God.
dingy snooker room and play.
Yeah, where the fire door opens their only form of air conditioning.
Yeah. Open the fire doors.
Open the
And
fire
a
doors. That's what they
sweaty
do.
cob for dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's
and a pint of flat bitter.
Yeah, well, not for me. I go
Not
in
for
there
you,
so
well, that's what you
often
get.
now, Stu. She just gives me an orange squash. You know,
Does
I've got to
she?
that point. She's like,
Oh,
orange
bless.
squash, my card. Like, yeah.
Oh, do you have a pint or an half?
She gives me a pint.
Does she? Look
Yeah,
at
yeah.
that. She spoils
Tara's
you.
getting jealous of this
Spoils you.
barmaid.
I'll bet she is. Wow. She's obviously taking a liking to you. Do you get ice as well? Ice in a slice.
Once though,
Is ice a big
I
deal?
asked for. This is how long. Because I finished playing snooker in 2011, and I haven't been in a club like clubs are a bit different to pubs, Duke, in the UK, where you're supposed to be like members and stuff. And this is a sports club as well, so they've got table tennis tables, tennis courts. They've got like bowls, greens, and snooker tables, and usually clubs you have to be a member. And they have
I talked our way into the one I used to play at. And
Yeah.
they were like, "Hey, come on, lad, I'll give you a table." We're all right. It was all right to go there.
So anyway, you go into a club, and like when I was growing up or when I was playing snooker before, they didn't fucking serve coffee in a club.
Oh God, no!
Like that's fucking nuts. But now,
if you asked for a cup of coffee, they'd look at you weird.
I know. If you went, "Can I have a coffee?" They'd be like, "Are you fucking insane?"
Yeah, they would.
But like, I was in the snooker room and somebody said, "Oh, Aaron, can you give me a coffee?" And I was like, "They fucking do coffee." All right. So then I said, "Oh."
Did he go? Do you want a latte?
So I said, "Oh, can I have a coffee?" She's like, "Which one do you want?" I don't know why she's from London, but she's. And I said, she actually is, like that's how she said. And I was like, "I'll have a cappuccino." She's like,
Oh
"Yeah."
my God! So it's not even just a bit of
No,
Nescafe in a
they've got
cup.
like lattes and cappuccinos and stuff.
Wow, I was joking.
All right, and
I'll put kettle
but
on,
she
lad.
put it in a latte mug.
Wow, so not God, they've gone up in the world. I
No,
tell
but
you.
like in a cappuccino mug is that big fat mug, isn't it?
Yeah, and the latte
And
is
a latte is like a
tall
thin
one,
glass
tall.
mug.
Yeah, tall one.
And I'm just
Wow.
like, you don't know what you're fucking doing. And I
Crazy.
I was like, I'm never going here again. How can I drink a cappuccino out of a latte mug? I don't know. Anyway, that I will like put some more stuff on that snooker channel at some point, but it's too fucking warm.
Now I'm quite impressed. I must admit, I'm quite impressed that they've gone up in the world with.
They've got hot food now.
Yeah.
hot food.
Oh,
What? Oh my
When
god.
I say hot food, Stu,
Crazy.
yeah. What does it mean? What does it mean?
it
hot
means
food?
they've got one of those like shitty little warmer things, and they put sausage rolls and fucking
sausage
steak
rolls,
bakes.
pucker pie.
Yeah, pucker pie in there. I mean,
Pucker pie,
technically,
stick it
it
in.
is hot food,
Stick
but
it in.
if I shoved it under my armpit, it would probably get warmer than
A
that.
burger already in a bun. You stick it in the microwave. Nice.
Yeah, and the last, so sometimes they're asking now. This is a bit stalkerish, but they're like, "Do you ever been to the King Swinford one?" That's literally the one that I go. So maybe they serve better food there. To be fair, but
yeah, better food there.
I was practicing next to the women's world champion Rhiannon Evans the other day.
Wow,
But
that's impressive.
She gets the posh table with the heat.
So does she come from Wolverhampton then?
No, she's from Gornal, which is like.
Where the hell's Gornal?
Gornal's like near Dudley.
Dudley.
But I've played her like many times because she used to be in the same league and we were like the same age. So
wow, that's pretty impressive.
She probably doesn't remember me.
I was just going to say, does she remember you?
No. I mean, I've played. Well, I don't know. I played her in the under-21s tournament. I played her like a few times in the league, but it's easier to remember her because she's like one of the very
world
few
champion
women
now.
Well, she's one of. There's only like 4 or 5 women that play in the league, so it's not that hard to remember her. But
so she is the women's world champion at the moment.
Yeah, currently, yeah, she's won it 12 times, and she's got a.
That's just mental.
She's got a tour card to go. She's now competing in the men's professional tour now.
Wow, that's impressive.
So she was practicing with another professional called I forgot his name, but he's a professional. I've recognised him, and he obviously was playing.
Yeah, Fred.
With him. Fred.
Fred
I think his name's
Cousins.
Chris Wakelin, I think his name was. And he's a pro, and they were sort of playing each other. So that was fun.
That's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive. We have got a little bit of news, so we should do some news at this point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. One more thing I want to say about Neverwinter. I was like, what is this?
Oh, we finished.
In MMOs, yeah, I know, right? Just have to have the snooker side point. Anyway, you at the beginning when you create your character, like you always choose a backstory, a city of origin, and like your deity, like who you pledge your allegiance. They don't matter ever, even a little bit. It's ridiculous.
No,
Like,
it makes
why am I
no
choosing
Story
these
is I
things?
used to punch children in the face.
Yeah, exactly. It might as well be.
That was Chinny's real life, though. That's nothing to do with your game.
No.
All right, you said news, right?
Yeah, we have got some news. Oh yeah,
I know why.
Putting news first.
It's funny, isn't it? When we get like Nintendo news, Stu's like, fuck that, whatever.
But there is
news,
people.
There's some big Valve news this week.
Valve has got a new console. I got
no, that's not the news. That's not the news.
That is the news.
No,
That's not your news.
I've got a news correction.
Okay.
News correctione. Last week we reported some news that was incorrect because the Ukraine police had seized thousands of PS4 Pros being used for cryptocurrency mining, right? Do you remember this story? So they found this warehouse and about 4,000 PS4s running at the same time. But that's not what it was. So that's not. They were doing that.
Well, they were trying
to
to cure cancer.
No. What they were actually doing, they were actually PS4 Slims to begin with, so they weren't pros.
Oh, that's a completely different story.
So they're not powerful enough to do
why
that.
bother?
Because what they were actually doing was mining FIFA Ultimate Team bots. They were using bots to farm like the ultimate players and stuff in FIFA.
Okay.
So that's what they were actually doing. So you had 4,000 PS4s, and they were using computer AI to control the games.
Well, we heard how that those FIFA things are such fuckers.
Yeah. So they had all these like consoles simultaneously mining players basically in FIFA. And when they got enough stuff on a console, they would then sell that account for however much it was worth.
Good grief.
So that's what they were doing.
Can you imagine that being your job? Like, what the hell?
Well, no, it wasn't a job because the computer was
but you have to
controlling
set it up
the
and
game.
shit.
Yeah, they've got to set all that shit up. Well, they make a lot of cash on that stuff.
Yeah. Everybody wants cash. It's like the only thing people are living for.
GTA Take-Two, parent company Take-Two, has started issuing takedown notices for GTA modders.
What?
Which apparently is a bit of a doozy because about sort of 4 years ago, they tried to stop mods altogether on GTA. So they tried to stop them from being
Is this
made.
online or GTA 5?
No, this is GTA because they ban outright. So you're not allowed to mod anything for the online game.
Online, okay.
Yeah, so for GTA Online, you can't mod anything.
Okay.
But they agreed to let people mod for GTA, the main game, as long as they didn't import any assets from other GTA games or something like that. They had some weird rules set up that you weren't allowed to do.
Yeah.
So in 2017 they agreed to let people do it, and then without anyone knowing, they've changed the terms and conditions for modding in GTA. So they did all this without informing any of the modding community, and reworded it all, and then completely erased the original agreement, so no one could actually go back and compare. So that's not available anywhere online, which is kind of interesting. And now they're telling people they can't import any assets from previous GTA games, and they can't create any new ones when making their mods. So you basically can't do anything now. And then they're sending out takedown notices to all the mods that have already been made.
Oof.
Which I just don't get it. The only thing that the community is saying and people are commenting is that they're considering re-releasing, because there's someone's made Vice City in GTA 5 with obviously GTA 5 graphics and stuff.
Right.
And someone else has made another thing, like an underground fighting thing within it. So the only thing that people can think is that the searching Vice City, Liberty City, Underground, anything that has those words in it, and sending out takedown, or San Andreas, Liberty City, anything with those references, they're sending out sort of takedown notices to them. And they think it's because they're considering re-releasing updated versions of those games potentially in the future.
I've heard the next GTA is going to be Vice City.
Right.
I mean, that's not going to be anywhere near the same experience to play the modded thing where you're in San Andreas versus playing GTA San Andreas.
No, but there was a rumor that the next GTA was going to be Vice City, and it was going to be 2020.
No, that's fine, yeah.
2025 was the rumor.
Okay.
So it's a way off, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I just think it's a bit petty. I don't think it's anything to do with Rockstar. I'm assuming it's a Take-Two thing. So
I could see it being the case that they are worried that they're losing control of what the experience is like, and so they want, if they put brakes on the mods, then they can have more control over what they're putting their name on. But if it's just to get more money because they're re-releasing a game, that's just silly.
It does seem just ridiculous. Okay, 27th of July this month, Microsoft Flight Simulator is coming to Xbox Series S and X. So here's the stats, people. If you want to get this game on your console, you need to free up at least 100 gigabytes of hard drive space to fit it on.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a hefty, even though they've reduced the size of the download, it's still a hefty old download. I think it's
Warzone is still bigger than that.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I think it's 80 gigabytes for the game, and then you've got to have 20 gigabytes free.
If you give a shit enough, you'll make the room.
If you want to play this, you'll make the room.
There isn't any other game that you want to play, okay? Just make room for this one, that's it.
As you well know, I have played this game extensively on the PC. I played a lot of it.
Yes, you have.
So I will download it for the Series S and see how it controls with a controller and not obviously a flight stick, which I can use, so I will do that as well, because you can plug one of them into the front of the console.
Stay tuned, people. We got on the ground reporting. Stuart's doing the work.
And also see how it runs on an S, because I've only got the S, not the X. So it'd be interesting to see how it looks.
Journalism.
See how it looks. See how it runs compared to the PC
bringing
version.
Integrity back to games journalism.
So yeah, we'll have a look.
You're welcome, Gamer Gators.
And I'll give my
honest
lowdown.
Opinions.
My lowdown in about a week or so's time.
Also, if a Plague Tale want to pay me, I will say anything you want.
If anybody wants to pay me, fuck off! I'm not for sale. Like these shills.
I just want to let you know, I am for sale.
So anyway, get ready, people. It's coming very soon, and you'll be able to play this enormous game on your Xbox.
It's huge.
Get it on. But the big news this week. Let's get on to the final bit of big news. Is Steam Deck.
It's a Steam handheld.
It's a Steam fucking deck
For those who don't know, Valve has announced a handheld console that basically works exactly like Steam on the PC, and it's got 3 different flavors or 3 different builds, 3 SKUs with better, I don't know, memory storage, whatever.
Yeah, it's just it's the only thing that changed. It's a bit of a weird how to do, because the only thing that changes is the memory, and it has got an SD card slot, so you can expand it yourself anyway without having to buy the bigger SKU. So I don't understand the point. Why didn't just release a bog standard version and just let you upgrade the memory as you wanted? So yeah, the original. I think the
so is it running off the fucking the hardware, or is it being streamed from somewhere?
No. You install the games on it. Yeah, you install it and play it.
This is a PC in your hand.
It will run Control. It will run sort of like Doom Eternal. It will run quite a lot of the
but like
big AAA games
of the PCs that like it doesn't. There aren't PC cycles. I suppose like graphics cards there are, but they're so regular. It's not like a console cycle. I don't know. I don't.
I think what's interesting for me, and I'm
afraid it's a no.
I've thought about this, but they're only they're saying now because of the demand for the. I mean, it crashed Steam basically when it went on sale.
I feel like it's just PC gamers trash console gamers, and then PC Valve release a fucking
as something
console
like it comes out, yeah, right,
and they fucking jizz all over it.
Oh yeah,
yeah, but I think Valve's point is they're trying to make
Switch.
Well, they're trying to make PC gaming more accessible for Joe Blogs rather than people who want to build their own gaming rig. You know, they're sort of saying, look, you want to play PC games? It's cheap.
I feel
we're selling this at 350 quid.
But I feel like building a PC is pretty accessible these days.
It's more accessible than it's ever been, but
it is.
But also, you could, if you've got the kahunas, you can just.
But it's portable. The main thing is that it's portable.
Yeah, there is. I mean, the good thing about this is, just going to put it out there, you can download anything you want to it. So you can stick Epic Game Store on there. You can stick, obviously, Windows, Xbox Store on there.
Pornhub.
So you can Steam. I can see Steam being like, please do not install the Epic Game Store.
So, but here's the thing, though. You can use... You can Pornhub if you want. You can use your Game Pass, obviously, on your Steam thing, and you've got your first sort of Xbox portable gaming system right there and there. And let's not forget, we've got the Xbox Anywhere thing, whatever that's called. I can't remember what it's called now. The streaming xCloud. You can use that on it. So if you want to sort of have a proper...
So if you want to bypass the whole Valve Steam thing, you can just go ahead and do Xbox.
Well, the whole point of xCloud
you can even...
is that you can do it on your phone.
Yeah, but you can do it on what's effectively a proper console with proper analog sticks and everything.
This doesn't tickle my balls because
I must admit, I nearly went and pre-ordered one. I was like, oh, this looks cool.
You wet.
I didn't. I resisted.
I just don't like
it.
portable gaming.
Yeah, I've decided like it's not for me. I've
got a Switch.
Portable gamer.
You're right. And every time I play it, like, oh, I'm out and about, I'm gonna play it. I just never get into it. I'm playing most of my Switch docked.
Like docked?
Yeah.
Incidentally, you can buy a dock for this, so you can use it as a normal computer as well. It comes with Steam OS, which is based on Linux. So that's
Dude, did you not hear me say it's a no?
Yeah, I'm just telling. So, but other people might want to know.
I'm
you
gonna
might
ring
be a no,
Gabe and
but
say,
listeners might be a yes.
Bin it.
Listeners might be a yes. But you can install Windows. So if you want to get a clean install, you can do that. You know, you can just install.
It's just
Steam
a portable
OS and it's a
game
portable
machine.
PC game machine.
Portable PC, yeah.
So yeah, you could use. I mean, one of the reviews already is like, oh, I could just use this instead of taking my laptop to the office. Just take this and plug it in. Plug it in at the office.
Wanker.
I honestly think, and this is the thing, I think this is going to work best with people who have xCloud and want to play the games on the move rather than having to use a tiny little mobile phone to do it. Although I'm saying that, this is still only 7 inches, so it's still not enormous. It's still a 7-inch screen, so it's not that much bigger than most modern phones, I don't suppose.
No.
So I don't know. I think it's pretty cool personally.
I saw it when it got announced, I immediately just went, no, I don't really do portable gaming, so fuck off.
But you know, I don't know. I mean,
I know all these people are
Take it on
jizzing
your
over it. I
holidays.
feel like Valve could announce a fucking pen and everybody would jizz over it.
I think though,
Steam Pen. That's gonna
Steam
be
Pen.
awesome.
You could go on your holidays, right? And let's be honest, we're all doing staycations now because fucking going abroad's like a roulette
Holidays,
wheel
Stu.
spin.
What are they?
Exactly, a roulette wheel spin. You could take this to your Airbnb, right? Plug it in, cloud save, obviously Steam Cloud Save, and just carry on playing your game. And you know,
Or I
if
don't
you
know,
want to play a bit of
enjoy
game
the
while you're
holiday.
away. Yeah, fuck all
Yeah,
that
really.
shit, man. What's up with you?
I'd never. Every time I take my Switch to like a hotel, say like I'm working away or wherever.
See, there's another
No,
thing
but I
you
take
could
my
do.
Switch to the hotel. I end up playing it for like 10 minutes and going, "Oh, my fucking hand hurts. I fucking hate this. I just want it to fucking be over. I hate this. I just want it on a TV. Fuck off."
Yeah, really.
No.
Just while we're on it as well, there's been someone's mentioned about the Netflix gaming thing. So there's
What's that?
Netflix apparently. Well, apparently
Yeah,
Netflix
they're gonna start
is gonna
streaming games.
Yeah, gaming.
Cool.
Which I don't know how is it gonna work? Are we gonna have a are we gonna have
Wow.
to buy a new controller?
Wow.
Or are they gonna put out a
Wow.
controller?
Well,
Here's
everybody
the-
can just use their
here's-
bloody Google Stadia controller.
There's some rumors that they're gonna partner with Sony and
Okay.
put the whatever it's called.
I'm going to call that now, Stu. That sounds like complete bollocks.
Well, you'd think that. You would think that. But somebody has been data mining the Netflix app. You know,
Oh,
like
there's a bit of
people
code
do.
that says that it might happen.
It's not code,
you're
no.
wrong.
They found a picture of two PS5 controllers together. And there was something else as well. There was two sort of
there's
references
a picture
to
of
Sony
things.
within the
So
app. That's
you're wrong when you're
already in the app.
skeptical about that.
So who knows? That could be a thing. And, you know, they have got a game streaming service that could be easily put onto that and would save Netflix a lot of hassle, wouldn't it? Let's be honest. Because they don't have to
Well,
then
yeah,
create
I mean-
something of their own.
Right.
I don't know.
So, who knows?
So to answer It's a Stinky Poo's question, any thoughts on Netflix gaming? From the little information that Stu has told me, no. Because
No.
I don't know any facts. And for me, facts are
Oh, I want facts
key.
before I
The
respond to
currency,
things. You call
they're the
yourself an
currency.
American?
Facts are the currency.
No.
So when
I
somebody
agree.
says, this is a pandemic, I'm like, facts.
Show
Facts.
me the money.
This earth is
Show
flat.
me the
Fact,
money.
where's the evidence?
Yeah, where's the evidence?
Because I read it online.
Evidence. Where's the evidence?
What a weird thing to ask for in 2021.
The earth is flat, though. Just to let you know.
Yeah, the earth is flat. Oh, by the way, I read an interesting article. Talking of evidence, the evidence. Interesting thing today I read. Interesting
What's
thing.
that?
You know, all the misinformation about COVID and vaccines and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Yes, they're calling it a health crisis in the United States.
They reckon 92% of all that stuff on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, all those social media platforms came from just 12 people.
Well, that's not surprising.
So 12 people created 90% of all of that stuff.
Scumbags.
Was one of them named Karen?
No.
No.
Apparently it was Mike Chin.
Was it me?
Okay, let's read some
Shaggy.
emails. We've got some emails. Emails.
You have got a sunburnt face, too.
It
I have.
wasn't
I've
me.
been out in the sun.
Sun kissed.
A bit of a tan, bit of a tan. I've actually tell. You can tell you've got a tan.
Stu,
Because
you listen
I've
to
got
these
a-
sound effects every week. Why
I
are
know, I
you
don't
talking in
want
the
to.
middle of them?
I've got a white hairline. Can you see that? I've got an
Yeah,
actual white
yeah,
line around
yeah.
my hair. I don't know. Sun for you. That is
Unbelievable.
sun.
Unbelievable. I tan for like
Okay, like I was saying before I was rudely interrupted.
3 hours, and then
Right.
I have a shower and it just washes off.
And you're still white.
Yeah.
Still white. Okay, first email this evening is from Jacinta.
Yay!
Her name is Jacinta.
No, I was not stalling to find the sound clip.
Of course you went. And she has entitled it Northern Hemisphere FOMO. FOMO. Hey, guys.
She's starting
Hey.
a northern and southern hemisphere war.
She has.
Yeah,
Hey,
bring
guys.
it.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
I just want to do a voice like that. I've been chatting more on the Discord with our lovely little community.
Don't,
Although I'm
can we?
not.
No, stop doing that. Please.
I'm going to stop doing it now. I'd love to play a date to some point too, but that brings me to a problem. I'm getting some serious FOMO because nobody seems to be online when I'm away. Well, that's because you're at the other side of the bloody world. That's why.
You're on the bottom
I know
of the
that
earth.
feeling though.
You bloody hell. Yeah, you're upside down.
You gotta find some Australian gaming friends.
I see everyone popping up on Discord when I'm about to go to sleep, and I don't sleep until midnight. Gotta feed that baby one last time. Alas, the problem of living at the ass end of the world. Australia's just down here, like WTF, and then she's putting.
WTF,
Stu,
man.
please read it as WTF. So I've done
Yes.
that.
What the
Mars
fuck?
Mars is laughing at us, and some huge meteors like, well, fuck that. Anyways, I digress. I'm loving being more involved in the community, but wish y'all were awake more often. Also, no, I haven't built anything in Minecraft yet. Dear, she needs to get a wriggle on there. You know what I mean?
Let's go.
You have to build at least something.
She should build something upside
little
down.
hut.
Yeah, something upside down. That's a good idea. Upside down house, roof at the bottom.
Did you sort your roof out, Stu?
No, I've not been back in yet. I need to go and sort that out.
I'm going to set it on fire.
It's a bit daunting. You know,
it's daunting when you see it on fire.
Probably will be. I'm still addicted to Destiny 2, and for some unknown reason today decided to play a little Rainbow Six. Anyways, fun random fact. My gamer tag is Jacinta K, because K is my middle name. Always thought it was kind of funny that it's also Stu's wife's name. It's true.
Yeah.
Would be cool for people to add me, as I have a very few Xbox friends, particularly people who sleep at strange times. That's who she wants. So if you want to add Jacinta, you need to be like awake in the middle of the night for some whatever reason.
That is me, to be fair.
That is you. I best be off to sleep now because I am so tired. So I'll have a nap. Then fire the missiles. Question.
Fire the missiles.
Fire the missiles.
Nice.
Question. What's the worst case of gaming-related FOMO you've ever experienced? It can be specific to VG community or just related to the broader online gaming community.
What's FOMO?
Fear of missing
out.
Oh.
Fear of missing out. So, FOMO. See, mine, I'm going to be totally honest now, right? As you know, as I've got older and more mature, I'm happy to say I don't really like Call of Duty games.
Because you're lame and not interesting yet.
But when Call of Duty 4 came out, and everybody was losing the shit over it,
including me,
because it was a great game,
including you, I was like, I guess I'm gonna have to get this game and play it because otherwise, I need to be willing. So I got it and pretended I liked it a lot, right, and played loads of it, and in reality, I didn't really like it that much.
You didn't like it at all?
Well, I liked it. But I don't really like competitive multiplayer
good at it, and
games.
Therefore, you pretended like you didn't like it.
Yeah, I even bought the map packs and everything, just so that I'd still have them, so that I could still play it with people in the community. Because I need to play this game because everyone else is playing good, losing the shit. Do you know?
I'm talking about I still have them. Like that's something. Of course, you still have them. You buy a thing on a game, it's not going away.
Why? Well, I'm just saying I bought them at the time because everyone else had them.
Yeah, and then you said you still have them.
No, I didn't.
And I still have them. I was like, why would you say that?
Nah, I haven't got them. I haven't even got an Xbox anymore with those on.
Whatever. Maybe I heard you wrong.
I don't know. But yeah, I was just like, so I never even, obviously the kill streak thing.
Yeah.
I probably got that about 3 times the whole time I ever played.
Oh, because you don't like it
because
you're
I was
wank.
just fucking suck at multiplayer.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, but I'm happy to admit that's why I don't like them. But at the time, I was like,
that's your problem.
Because
That's not the
everybody
game's
the
problem.
dog's playing this game,
really.
so it must be the best thing ever.
That's your problem. That
think
sounds
it
like
is.
a Stu problem to me.
So there you go.
Much.
I'm
fear of missing
confessing-
out. Whenever I've been scared of missing out.
Yeah.
I suppose just when like a big game comes out, like so, Last of Us 2, Red Dead 2, God of War, like the last God of War. Like when a big game like that comes out, I have this fear of like I have to play that.
Yeah.
Because I don't want Last of Us 2 or Red Dead 2 spoilt for me. So make arrangements to fit that game around my life. I go, right, I'm not doing anything. I wouldn't do that for most games. So I feel like when I have a fear of like, oh, if I don't play this very quickly, or not quickly, like I'm rushing through it, but just play it very, abruptly.
Yeah, that's why I got right to Red Dead 2. Like I went right into it and played it right away.
Yeah, you don't want to miss out on that.
Exactly. So that's the only sort of experience really. But I mean, I play less and less games these days, anyway. But I only because there's just nothing really out that I'm like. There are games that I do want to play that I haven't got around to, but there's no big game that's coming out that I'm like, oh my god, if I don't play this, I will lose my shit. Like I feel like I'll miss out, and there's nothing. I can't think of anything that's coming out like that, really.
No, no,
So,
there's
that's
not
why
that
I'm not
much.
that bothered about playing the latest and greatest.
Latest and greatest.
But when there's a game that comes out that I want to play still, I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to be ringy dingy on that, no problem, bingy bangs.
Anyway,
Yes, that.
wow. Well, thank you, Jacinta, for that in the email. We do like a good
Thanks,
question.
Jacinta.
Anyway,
Yeah,
we
good
have,
question.
as promised, my Derek's hands. We have got a quiz. We've got a quiz.
It's time for the quiz. It's time for the quiz. We play the shitty sound clip when it's time for the quiz.
Actually, real quick before we get to that, Fraser Moo asked a question on the Discord, and I want to give props to him for asking the question. So here is the question that he asked on Discord.
You're stalling for time, aren't you?
No, of course not. The Psychonauts level Milkman Conspiracy has its own Wikipedia page. Are there other game levels that should also have their own?
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was too busy talking to my lovely wife.
Oh,
The Psychonauts, the
Yeah.
Psychonauts level Milkman Conspiracy has its own Wikipedia page. Are there other game levels that should also have their own?
Why does it have a Wikipedia page? Because it's good or because it's complicated?
I just think it's special.
It's special.
All gillied up.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah, I hate that game, but that's a good shout. I don't really hate that. Yeah, it's good. It's a good shout. I like that. Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank.
No Russian. No Russian.
No Russian. What about the Bloody Baron?
Because
What about
it's controversial. It's controversial. That's why it's.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it important.
What about the Bloody Baron quest in Witcher 3?
Bin Laden. I mean, Bin Laden's important.
I feel like that only got good when the ending was good to that. Like it was like when I was playing it, I was like, "This is."
Some people have good reasons for beating the shit out of their wives.
Yeah, but when I was playing it, I was like, this is fine. This is a decent sort of because it turns into a main quest and it turns into a side quest, doesn't it? And then I was like, oh, this is still going. Yeah, this is interesting. And then the way it ended was
when you
really
find
like,
the little mutant bloody corpse
baby
thing.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It is a good quest.
All that stuff before then, like whatever.
There you go. That should have
then
its own,
then I said, hey, other people got questions, and there's this deluge of questions. So real quick, we're just gonna fire through these. You ready?
Bam, bam, bam.
Chopper Kelly said, just over halfway through the year. What's your game of the year so far? Stu, it's what's the one? It Takes Two.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, Chinny, what's your game of the year so far? Plague Tale: Innocence.
Probably It Takes Two.
Ooh.
Okay.
Hopefully
Wow.
It Takes Two.
My game of the year, I don't know, Neverwinter. It came out 10 years ago. I don't know what my game of the year is. All right, Kryptonic, if you could only ever play games at 4K, 60 FPS, or 1K at 120 FPS, which would you pick?
4K.
Nobody knows. It doesn't matter. It's not at all different.
Yeah,
DJ Steno said, what's your favorite arcade amusement game, claw machine, etc.? So not a video game, but like...
Oh, all right, okay.
I don't know.
2p penny pushers, that's what I like.
I like the basketball one.
Oh, right,
yeah, that's cool. I like a good game of skee ball. Skee ball's
I
fun.
like skee ball as well, but basketball I'm going to go.
All right. Taffy McTaff said, with the recent trend on mini consoles, would you like to see a Sega Saturn or Dreamcast Mini?
Dreamcast.
Yeah,
I've never played either game. Any game.
I'm not that bothered.
Don't have an answer to that. And
Sega didn't have that
answer to the
many
second
games.
part.
Saturn was just shite.
The second part is, if so, what 5 or so games are must to be put on it? We don't have time for that. Sean Thiel said, "G'day, boys. Just wondering what was the first game you played with a keyboard and mouse, and how long did it take to get used to it?" For me, it was Wolfenstein 3D, and I got into the St. Petersburg Times for that. I will post a link to that image on the Discord because it's been a while.
Mine was probably Doom. I was probably Doom.
Probably. I got a PC look. I remember getting a PC in '97, but I didn't really play. Probably something else, but I remember Soldiers of Fortune 2 being a big.
Oh god, yeah, I played that as well.
That was a big sort of first person. That was the first person sort of shooter PC game I played a lot.
Yeah, Soldier of Fortune 2. God, so old now.
All right, those are all the questions from Discord.
Is that it?
Thank you for your patience.
Well, let's do the quiz, people.
All right, I already played the theme song, didn't I? Should I play it again?
You did. No.
It's time for the quiz.
It's time for the quiz.
Have you got the speak pipe ready with the answers?
I got the speak pipe ready to go here with the
answers.
answers.
Here we go. It is Untitled.
Wait. Sorry. Who gave us this quiz?
Oh, it's Derek Sines.
Derek.
Here we go. The real fake quiz. Hello
quiz.
again, veteran gamers. Here's the fake news quiz as promised.
Okay, I'm going to keep track of points here.
I will send the answers by SpeakPipe as usual, which he did. I thought I'd miss out standard news stories and concentrate mainly on the funnier side, you know. The stuff they usually have at the end of the news show to try and end on an upbeat note.
Okay.
There are only 2 possible answers, true or false.
Oh,
so
interesting.
I've given you 12 clues with the following targets to aim for. 1 to 5 points. Of course it's true. Why would they lie to us? 69 points, it sounds possible, but I'm not so sure. And 10 to 12 points, my bullshit detector is going off big time.
So we want 10 to 12 points so we can have a bullshit detector. Okay.
We do. Right, are we ready?
Yes.
Question number 1. The USA War Foods Administration once banned sliced bread. Is that true or is it false? Is it true or false?
It sounds crazy enough to be true.
I'm going to say true.
I'm going to say true.
All right, let's find out.
Okay, here we go with the quiz answers. Don't need to believe the hype, but hopefully you believe these answers. And I'm sure you can do your own background checks into these if you don't believe what I'm about to say.
We believe you, Derek.
Let's get going with the answers. Number 1, that was true.
Wow, they banned sliced bread, huh? How about that?
That was probably because it took time. You know, they had to manufacture
maybe.
it, didn't they? They had to do
well,
stuff.
they needed all the machines to make war stuff.
Exactly.
But did you see the meme I posted on Twitter? I posted a meme on Twitter where these 2 Roman dudes, or I don't even know if they were Roman, but anyway, in the ancient world, and one of them says, "Hey, look what I invented," and it's a loaf of sliced bread, and the guy goes, "This is the greatest invention since ripped apart bread."
That is funny.
Yeah. All right, next question.
Okay, you ready? Question number 2. A heavy metal band has a parrot as its lead singer.
Well, sure.
I'll be honest. I'm going to say true.
I'm going to say true.
I think it's just ridiculous enough to be true.
Yeah.
Number 2, also true.
Yeah.
You see, just knew.
I want to know what band that is.
Yeah, we need
read
to
the
know.
next one and I'll find out. Heavy
question number 3.
Bird singer.
A man called Hoover invented the first vacuum cleaner.
No, I don't think so.
I think that's true.
I just think he's the most famous one.
No, mate, yeah, it might not be the first one. You might be right.
No, because Crapper invented the toilet, didn't he?
Yeah,
that's true.
You might be right. I think I'm gonna reverse my answer. I'm going with you.
And psychologically speaking, you can't have 3 trues in a row. That's very unlikely.
That's true.
By the way, the band is called Hate Beak. It's an American death metal band formed by Blake Harrison and Mark Sloan, featuring Waldo, born in 1991, a gray parrot.
That's a good name.
It's the first band to have an avian vocalist. They never tour so as to not torture the bird, according to Wikipedia.
That's a good name for a band with a bird.
Yeah, it is.
Ginny, what are you going with for the Hoover man?
I'm going to say it's false.
False. Yeah, we're all going false on that because you could be right.
Let's find out.
Number 3, false.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
See, it's not that we don't believe you, but we want to know.
Yeah,
who invented the vacuum?
Okay, question.
All right. Hubert Cecil Booth and Daniel Hess, apparently.
There you go. Question number 4.
Yeah.
Bulls are enraged by the color red.
Nope. It's not the color red.
False. It's just
false.
That's false.
It's waving it around.
It's the movement
isn't it?
of the thing.
You know what it is?
Waving it about.
Dressing like a dick. Tasering the bull before it goes out.
And stabbing it with a goddamn sword. That'll enrage a bull, all right.
You know what?
Well,
It could be a bull off.
It could be a green cloth or a clear plastic bag.
I think it's just
because
because it's more visible, isn't it? Red. So
He's
it's
giving us
just so
a
you can
point,
see it.
whether he says it or not.
I don't know, Stu. If I put you in a pen for like 7 days and then tasered you, I think you'd be pissed off.
Probably.
And stabbed you with a sword.
I probably would be very angry.
Also false.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We're 4 for 4. We got 100% so far. Yeah.
Question number 5. Queen Elizabeth II does not have an official passport. I think that's true. The Queen doesn't apply to any rules.
I think that's true.
You know,
she would.
there's no rules for anything. You don't need bloody passports. You
Who's
go where she
stop her?
likes. Exactly.
Yeah, who's gonna stop?
Excuse me, who are you?
Yeah.
Gotta check who you
My
are.
name is
There's
fuck
no
off.
rules.
That's who I am.
There's no rules for a son, is there, Andrew?
No, there's no. I
rules,
don't think
just
there's any
right.
rules for. No, I don't think
He
so.
can go into any Pizza Express and eat what he wants.
Exactly.
I'm a big boy. Okay, let's find out.
Number 5. Queenie does not have a passport, so that is true.
Yeah, look at us, 5 for 5,
We're doing
baby.
so well here. We're doing so well.
We are rocking the clock.
Okay, this
We rock
this
like
is so
hate beak.
This is so ridiculous. It could be true, but I just think it's false. Here we go. Number 6.
Let's find out.
Farts in jars were used to treat plague victims.
What? I know some of those
Farts.
words, but that makes no sense.
Farts in jars were used to treat. Now, here's
That
the thing.
sounds like
This
bullshit.
The reason I think this is bullshit, right? And this is the main reason, is because when the plague was around, they couldn't trap a fart in a jar. They didn't have screw lids and stuff like that. They were like made out of clay and had like a bung. If
Well,
you're
you could,
lucky.
no,
in
no,
the
no.
top.
Hang on a second, though. Clay jars are a thing, though.
I guess. I just don't think that's the thing. I think that's bullshit.
Well, I think it's bullshit, too. But a lot of the stuff that we've heard sounds like it would be bullshit, and that's why we've said it's probably true.
Yeah, I don't think
This is
is
a hard
the case.
one.
What do you
I think it's
Chinny?
not. I think it's not true. I think it is false.
I don't think it's true.
All right. I think we're supposed to think, oh, it's so crazy. It's got to be true. But I think it's false. So we're all going false on this one?
Yep.
False.
False.
Okay.
Number 6. True.
Oh, snap. What?
Shit.
I don't believe that. Hang on a second.
That's just ridiculous.
Farts
That's
in
just
jars,
ridiculous.
plague.
I'm
Tell you
sorry.
what.
I know it's a long time ago.
I'll tell you what,
Me.
Duke's search history is
This
really weird, isn't it?
This is, I know, right? Well, it always is. The BBC. During the Great Plague of London, doctors recommended that patients should store their farts in jars, and if they felt unwell, they should smell the fart to make themselves feel better.
What
Holy shit.
the
That's from the
hell?
BBC.
Yeah, but
That's
you always
holy
like your own
crap.
brand, don't you, Stu?
Yeah, I suppose you did. That's the most ridiculous
Wow.
thing.
That's insane.
Wow. Number 7.
Well, all right.
Wow, we've
we
got
lost
wrong.
one,
7.
finally.
Camels store water in the humps is totally false. It's fat. It's like fatty deposits,
Yeah, it's
isn't
fat,
it?
yeah.
They don't
Wait.
have no water in there.
So
Well,
you're
they have
saying it's
blood.
the statement is camels
Camels
store water in their humps.
their humps is untrue.
False.
It's
Okay,
false.
yeah, I believe that's false.
Number 7. False.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're back on track. We got 6
Back
right.
on track, people.
What do they put in there?
We
Like
need to get to
luggage
10,
and stuff?
though.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Number 8. The term fake news was voted word of the year in 2017.
No, it was not.
No, it's too.
Well,
it's too
no.
words.
I'm thinking of Oxford dictionaries, but it may be that some other group of people voted that as the word of the year.
Just like a random group of lads.
Well,
It's
it could
not-
be Webster's Dictionary or dictionary.com.
I don't know.
That's not a real website, Duke.
Yeah. dude.
That's the thing, is that like maybe somebody voted it the word of the year.
Yeah, it's like video game
Oh,
of the
this
year,
well,
isn't
just a
it?
minute.
It's
Whoa,
like,
whoa,
Right,
let's
yeah,
just
exactly.
Think about
it's
this.
like
When...
this game won game of the year. Like from who? Oh, from
Yeah.
fucking Dave.
Just a minute. Just a minute.
Right.
Let's be logical, right?
The veteran gamers.
When did Trump start his like
2016.
He started as
campaign?
soon as he started running 2016. I mean, he was
Right.
elected in 2016.
right? And what did Trump mainly witter on about for like the whole year?
Yeah, he talked about fake news a lot. What's
Fake
the
news
point?
all the
I
time.
think that's what you're supposed to lead to the conclusion, obviously. I think
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it.
I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna go true. I'm going
I'm
true
gonna
on
say
this.
false. We disagree.
Okay. Duke.
That means I have to break the tie. I'm gonna go false. It sounds too easy.
Okay.
So psychologically speaking, I believe it's false. So we're going with false for the group. But if Stu's right, then we're gonna eat crow.
Number 8. It may sound fake, but fake news was voted Word of the Year truly in 2017.
Damn, Stu got
There
it
you
right.
go.
You're wrong. But who?
Yeah.
By whom?
By who?
Fake news.
But I'm going with the year.
Word
I'm going with
of
it's
the
because of the year
year,
and Trump going on about it all the time.
Well, yeah, but Collins Dictionary. Okay,
Oh,
you know
that's
what? Who
pretty
cares about Collins
credible.
Dictionary?
Never heard
Fuck
of
Collins. OED or nothing. What?
That's pretty
I'll fight
credible.
you.
Who reads the dictionary? The story shit. The characters are bad.
Oh yeah, and there's only 280,000 words in the English language. What's the point?
So
Question number 9. A bird served in battle with the Polish army during
What?
World War II.
A bear.
I think that's
Again,
true.
That sounds
That's
so
totally
crazy. It
true.
must be true.
It's totally true. I'm saying
I'm gonna say that's
Yeah, that sounds true.
false.
that's totally
What?
true.
No. I think it's true.
Yeah,
so
it
it's
is.
2 votes for true. So you're
Because let's be
outnumbered,
honest,
Chinny. Sorry.
birds can do a lot of damage.
Well, yeah, but how do you control it? That's the problem.
Yeah, on a big chain.
Well, how does it not come for you then?
Yeah, because you throw a bit of
It
meat at
sounds
the
like it
enemy.
could- it
Yeah, just a little bit. You're a bunch of meat.
Yeah,
a
you
bear
just-
doesn't want a
yeah,
little
you
bit of
just
meat.
get a
It's
big
got
steak
you.
The bear doesn't
throw
have
it at the
bias, does
enemy.
it? It's like, fuck those
Yeah.
other guys.
I've been
Yeah,
thinking about
exactly.
this because something similar is in the book I'm writing. All right, let's find out what the answer is. What did we say it was? True.
I'm saying
Right?
true.
Yeah, I'm saying true,
I'll
and
say
you're saying
false.
true, which means Chinny's outvoted. So let's find out.
Number 9. True.
Hey,
Fuck.
Yeah.
we got it right. Thank goodness we didn't
Yeah.
listen to Chinny.
Yeah, don't listen
So we're
to
up
him.
to 7. How many are there total? 12.
Yeah.
So we need 3 more,
Okay.
and we're on.
We need all of
I
them.
think there's only 3 left. Uh-oh. Okay.
Yeah, we need them all.
Oh boy, the pressure's on, man. Oh,
Question
my
number
bullshit detector.
10.
Yeah.
The long jump for horses was once an Olympic sport.
No,
that's
hell no.
totally
Bullshit.
false.
No.
That's so
Absolutely
false.
not. How stupid do you think we are? If this is true, we're going to look so stupid.
I know we are. That's totally false.
But there's never been any animals in the Olympics. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah,
they
that's
do
the
Jim,
one
they
about
do
the
Jim
horse
Carner. They
prancing.
do horsing. Yeah, they do all the
What's
horse
that-
stuff.
what's
Yeah, no,
that
but I
horse
mean,
thing?
like,
Carner
yeah, but
and-
it's not the horse that's competing. It's the person.
Well,
Yeah,
riding it.
say that to the horse,
kind.
Duke.
Yeah,
They're
you
fucking
tell a
into it,
horse,
you know.
Fucking
Fuck a
kick
horse.
you in the face.
I'll fuck a horse
That
up.
horse would fuck you up.
The
All right, how
horse
about we
is
listen
like,
to the answer of this?
I've been keeping into the Olympics for fucking years
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Could have been a contender. All right, here we go.
That's
Answer.
exactly what a horse
Number
would sound
10.
like.
Also true.
What?
What the hell?
No way. That was number 10?
That's awesome. Yeah, that was question
See,
number
he
10.
needs to follow up with true horses. What? Horse didn't used to play in the fucking Olympics.
Well, they
Horse,
obviously did.
Long jump Olympics.
Horses. Don't forget the horsing.
Fuck.
That's important.
I did. Horse long
Uh,
jump once in shorts. What's in shorts?
What, the
It's a
horse
website
wore
called In
shorts?
No, it's just the website name.
Oh.
All right, time. As part of equestrian events, while the long jump event has tested the athletic prowess of track and fields, back in the Paris Games of 1900, horses were given the chance to show off how far they could leap. As part of the equestrian events, horse long jump only had one Olympics to make its mark, and it failed to do so spectacularly. No one could accuse equestrian horses of not being athletic, yet the winning leap from Belgium's Constant van Langendonk atop the horse extra dry measured only 6.1 meters. Wow, the long jump from a human is 8.95 meters. That's ridiculous.
There
It
you
makes
go.
me angry.
Yeah.
All right, well, then we suck. We only
I've
got
won
the
the
middle part.
longest jump of
Well,
1904.
let's
It was
see.
fucking amazing.
Let's see if we can go out on a high. We've got 2 questions left. Are you
I
ready?
guess that person gets to say, I have the longest Olympic horse jump ever.
Yeah.
Question
Nobody ever
number
had to go against it.
11.
Yeah, 11. These go to 11.
You have to be born in the United States to be U.S. president. Is this true? Jude?
Yes,
You
that is
can-
true. It is true.
There you go. I wouldn't
That's
have
right.
known,
That's why
so.
on 30 Rock, when they had their kid in Canada, they're like, he can't be president. Ah. All right, I guess we're not arguing about it.
Number 11.
No.
And I was surprised at this one myself, but that is false.
What?
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 You live there, Duke. We know
I
about the
thought that was the whole thing about Obama. He's not a legitimate president because he wasn't born in the U.S.
But he was the
he became
president. lad.
president.
Well,
So
of
how could
course,
that
but
be
that's
true?
well, of course, no. But they said that they didn't check it enough or whatever. I mean, it was such
What
bullshit,
the-
racist nonsense.
What are you talking
course.
about? If you can't, if you can't be president unless you're born in the United States, then he couldn't possibly have been president.
Stuart, this is the level of discourse in this country. You don't understand how stupid people are here.
Where was he born then, Barack? Where was
in
he
the
born?
U.S. He was born in Hawaii, but people said he was born in Kenya. He was born in Indonesia. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but none of those places are in America.
Hawaii's in America, isn't it?
Hawaii is in America, Stuart.
Kenya's not.
You're
No, but
right,
he
it's
was
not.
born
That's
in
why it
Hawaii.
was so stupid that people were saying he was born
Anyway,
in Kenya.
let's just try and get this one right. Are you ready?
As
Question
directed
Barack
by the
Obama?
Constitution. I thought you wanted the information. As directed by the Constitution, a presidential candidate must be a natural-born citizen of the United States, a resident for 14 years and 35 years of age or older. Where did this president born in the U.S. thing come from?
Well, that's what.
weird.
Wait a minute.
I guess natural-born citizen, but that doesn't mean you have to be born here.
What?
If a natural-born citizen clause, if present in the Constitution of the country, requires the president to be a natural-born citizen. The Constitution's.
What does a natural-born citizen
What does it mean,
Well,
natural-born citizen?
I would
that's what I'm
assume
trying to
that
find
means
out.
they have to be born in the US, does it?
No, like, well, what does an unnatural-born citizen mean?
Exactly.
You were born.
What is a natural-born citizen? U.S. law, blah, 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 blah. Okay. A natural-born citizen refers to someone who was a citizen at birth and did not need to go through a naturalization process proceeding later in life.
What?
Well, then what does that mean? How could you do that if you weren't born in the U.S.? Oh, as long as you're a citizen. But maybe
so
you
if your
don't have to be
parents are
born in the
American.
U.S. That's the easiest way to be a U.S. citizen. But
Yeah,
there
so
are
if one of your
presumably other
parents was
ways.
American or something.
Well, but no, because even then, I don't think you're automatically a citizen.
So,
Because I have a friend who lived in Timor, and he's a citizen, but his kid wasn't automatically a citizen. I don't know what it takes to be a naturally born
Do you have to
citizen.
be 35 and over to be the president?
Yes.
So I can
have to
be
be
the
old.
president.
That's
now.
why we've never elected a kid as president yet.
So I can be the president now.
Yeah. Well, are you a natural born citizen?
I
No.
I don't know. I've never seen that movie.
Might be. Who knows? Question number 12.
One more thing. The Constitution does not expressly define natural born, nor has the Supreme Court ever ruled on it. One can be a citizen while not being a natural born citizen if, for example, that person gains citizenship through the process of naturalization. Anyway, go on.
Wow.
So it sounds like it's a rule, but they're not that.
It's pretty much up for interpretation
It's not
now,
quite
isn't it?
clear what exactly that means.
Yeah,
Most
it's a
people
bit-
seem to
It's
be
never
Bit
come up.
agree that it
ambiguous. Bit
means-
never
ambiguous.
come up.
Yeah, let's keep it vague. Keep it vague.
Harvard Law Review. Let's find out what this is.
Question number 12. Velociraptors were taller than adult humans.
No, that's false. That's false. They're actually quite small. They're like bigger than chickens, but not very big. So Jurassic Park got it wrong. They're small.
Small.
A Hollywood movie got it
false.
wrong? What?
Yeah.
No.
What?
They actually make this joke
Number
in
12.
The Last of Us 2 as well. So
Despite what they showed in Jurassic Park, that is also false.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there you go.
There's a
Hopefully
different.
that was believable
Sure,
enough
Derek.
for you. But keep on gaming.
Don't interrupt Derek when he's saying keep on gaming.
There's
Yeah.
a different dinosaur that's the same height as the Velociraptor, but it's got a
Okay.
different name. Forgive me, I can't remember what it is.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
No, but
Yeah,
like
that's-
they
that-
use
that is pretty
that.
big.
So that there is a dinosaur that big that's exactly like that in the movie, but it's
Okay,
not called
gotcha.
the Velociraptor. The Velociraptor are like kind of big dogs, basically. They'd still
Yeah.
probably do some damage.
Yeah, they're pretty
Oh, yeah.
vicious.
Pretty vicious,
Still
but they're-
vicious,
but-
but small.
but
I
in
saw
The
a
Last of
documentary
Us-
called Jurassic Park that shows them doing a lot
In The
of
Last of Us 2, where you go and visit a museum, they mention that, and that's actually they talked about how they got it wrong in that movie.
Interesting.
There you go, a bit of pop culture
There you go.
in a game. Who
Yeah.
knew? Bonus rhetorical fake news clue. The Veteran Gamers podcast is accepted as the gold standard for all other podcasts on the
Well,
internet.
that is fake news.
There you go. True or
I'm
false?
glad you-
That's false.
False.
Yeah, totally false. The end of this
Gold
email.
standard
There
of
you go.
bullshit.
Yeah, indeed. Talking of bullshit, that's the end of this show, I think, for this week. So we need to do some shout outs and get the hell out of
And
here.
get the hell out of here.
Hell out of here.
Yeah.
It's time for a shout out. Hey!
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Who's going first?
Yeah.
I'll go first.
Okay, you go first.
because Danny boy, Dan Fletcher, Fletchy, Fletch,
Danny boy.
The Fletchmeister.
as I mentioned
Yeah,
last week, has got a
Grandmaster
whole
Fletch.
new, has got a Grandmaster Fletcher, I know.
Fletcher
Has
and
got
the
a,
Girls.
he should have used that as his new wrestling
Fletcher
name.
in the Rye.
Grandmaster Fletch. Has got a new
Moby
wrestling
Fletch.
name.
I've
Ace
got loads.
The movie with Chevy Chase.
Yeah. Ace Combat.
Fletcherick Park. I tried to make it work. It didn't work. Karen.
It didn't work out. No, it didn't work. Anyway, he's got his first match coming up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Actually, last weekend he's now up his first match last week, should I say? He's in match 3. If you want to go and watch it, it's on Rope Wrestling Academy, so you can go and watch his whole match.
You can watch it live.
No, you can just watch him when he did it. He did it last week. But he's unfortunately since then been injured. He's got an injury, I believe.
Wrestling Academy.
Rope Wrestling Academy. Yeah, so you can watch him. He's match 3.
I can't spell, man. I'm fucking so stupid.
Do you want me to put the link in the
Fucking hate
chat?
myself
I've got
so
the link
much.
if you want it.
Right,
It's not that big a deal, Chinny.
God, I fucking hate myself so much.
I'll copy the link for you and,
I can't.
and put it in the
What's
chat.
it on? Facebook or YouTube?
Yeah, just I'll put it in the chat. Just hold up.
Put it in the
There you
fucking
go.
chat, man.
I am doing. There
And
you
we
go.
don't have to worry about
Oh my
spelling.
god, that's a
See,
huge
it's not
link.
you, it's Stu.
There you go.
Oh, that's
a huge link. Look
Anyway.
at all those letters in that link.
I know, yeah, there's a lot of letters.
Do
so
I
there
click
you
it?
go.
Is it spam?
Go on, just click it. Go on, click it.
I don't like spam.
But he says, yeah, just going to wait until things have settled down and we've got the Ace character nailed down before the transition happens on the Cerberus social pages, because that was his original wrestling name. So there you go. Well done, Dan, for your first match. And then I'm assuming Chinny will be putting it up on the stream in a second once he gets it figured out.
Nope.
No, we're not. We're not having that.
Well, there's
That's
only one
fine.
video,
Oh, screw
and
you.
it's 55 seconds, and there's no other videos.
Is the what?
We'll put up the 55-second video then.
55 second
What
up.
I am
That's maybe
saying
as long
is-
as it lasted.
What, you got a problem with that?
The video with the wrestling and things is not on the Facebook page. So I need to upload
Oh,
it.
there's a video, but it's not that one.
It's like a promo thing.
Oh, I see.
Blood, sweat, and respect.
Sorry. We tried. It's not happening.
Respect.
No.
Oh well, fair enough. We tried. We tried.
We tried.
It's loud. It's loud. Okay. I'm putting it on,
Right.
put it on the stream.
You put it on.
I
Put it on.
think so.
Oh, there we go. Got a bit of wrestling. Wrestling. Duke, over to you.
Yeah, I will shout out Antonio. We're going to play some more Rocket League at some point. Tainted Brain and Jacinta and Derek for the quiz and everybody watching and listening. Ian Williams, the dancer. Trite76, Stinky Poo. Probably forgetting people. And the people who came out to say hey when I was playing Red Dead, Susan and others. I don't remember who else was watching, but thank you for tuning in. And yeah, the Duchess for putting up this awesome fence in our backyard. I'm helping, but she's doing more work than me, so.
There you go. Sorry, Chinny, gave you the wrong link.
Oh, great.
So here we go. I've got the right one.
You
I've got the right
bastard.
one now. There you
Look at
go.
old
It's on
man.
YouTube. It's because I clicked on the. I thought it was on the page.
Oh!
No.
Look at all the letters. Oh, I don't know
so
how to use
stupid.
it.
So many
I'm
letters
so
in this
stupid.
blue squiggly line.
Anyway, Chinny, over to you.
I'm going to shout out YouTube.
Where's the any key?
Trying to. Is this in a fucking school or something? Where are they doing this?
It was in Burnley. It was in where I work.
Burnley.
Burnley. We're in Burnley.
What's going on?
You work in a wrestling ring?
It's out of 31 minutes, Chinny. It starts.
31 minutes. This is great for the
31.
audio listeners. I'm sorry.
31 minutes in. There you go.
Where
Apparently.
is Dan?
He must be coming.
Oh, there
in.
he is.
There
Bloody hell,
he
he's got
is.
some sexy little shorts on.
Oh yeah, he has.
Bloody hell, Dan.
Bloody
God
hell.
damn.
Looking sexy.
Oh, look at that, Dan.
Look at him go. Look at him go. So yeah,
Getting all sorts of use
welcome-
out of this sound clip.
I'm sexy and I know it.
Welcome to the Veteran Gamers, where we play videos of Dan Fletcher.
Of sexy
Fletchy.
people.
It's always the
Sexy.
same with like wrestling. It's like the adults are more into it than the children.
Yeah.
The adults
Oh
are
yeah,
like,
there they are.
you fucking get in. There's a popcorn maker as well. There's a DJ.
There is. I can see the
Yeah.
DJ there. Yeah,
Yeah, the
looking
little
good. It's
DJ.
looking good.
Nice, nice. Yeah. Okay. No, we had fun though, didn't we, when we watched it?
Oh yeah, it was very good.
I
It was good.
I went
really good.
I went sort of ironically thinking, I've never watched wrestling in my life. This is gonna be fun. And then I actually like got into it. I was like, fuck you, you're gonna die. So it was good. Enjoyed it.
So anyway, Chinny shout outs while we're watching Dan get beaten up.
Shout out to my brother.
Oh.
Why? What's up?
Wow,
with
what's
you?
happening with your brother?
Well, he rang me yesterday.
All right.
And he
That's
said,
always a bit worrying.
He said, Mike, I was listening to the Veteran Gamers podcast, and he heard me talk about buying tickets to the snooker when it comes to Wolverhampton in February.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know this, but my brother's getting married in 2 weeks.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
No, I knew it was meant to be getting married, and then
So
COVID
he's
came.
cancelled it like 68 times or something like that. But
Yeah.
like, no matter what happens, if
He's doing it.
if everybody explodes spontaneously next week for no reason, like whatever's happening, they're just gonna go ahead with the wedding.
Can you dance and sing then and all that shit?
Well,
So
after
is that
tomorrow, Stu,
Yeah,
it's
yes.
fucking. You can get your dick
You
out
do
and do what
whatever
you
the
want.
shit you do whatever shit you like.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just think the UK is at a point where we're like, I don't know, fuck this, we're done.
Fuck the rest of the world.
We're done.
Fuck it.
So
That's what the U.S. has been like since the start.
yeah,
of this.
we're taking the American approach, I think.
There you go.
So so he's getting married. So as a sort of best man gift, I haven't done anything as a best man, by the way. I have offered, but he's
No, are you having a stag do? Is
well, I
even
said
that a
to him, I
thing?
said, do you want a stag do? Do you want a gathering? Do you want to do something? He's like, no. Okay. He's like, do you want me to do a speech? He's like, no, not bothered really if you don't want to do one. I was like, okay. So I haven't really done anything. But anyway, as a gift, he bought me tickets to the final to the snooker when it comes to town in Wolverhampton
cool.
on February.
Nice.
And he's bought 4 tickets. So Tara's gonna come as well. She said, is there alcohol there? I was like, yeah, probably. She's like, she'll go. So yeah, so thank you to Pete for doing that. That's about it really. So shout out to Pete.
Very good. Well, that's about it then. I guess we're done.
Yeah.
I guess we are.
I guess
Thanks for
we
listening,
are.
everybody.
Yeah, thanks for listening, people.
Bye.
What's
Bye.
up with people?
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
these people.
Do not give these guys things that make sounds. No props that make noises. They cannot stop using them.
Dutch mouth is possible.
Stu,
sucks.
Stu, I've got a dilemma.
Uh-oh, what's that?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
We had a curry
Yes.
on Friday night.
Have you got the shits?
No.
Why is that a dilemma?
And
He's probably blocked his toilet again.
no. And where I had a great poo by the way today. Where
Nice.
where we buy our curry from.
Yeah.
Say if I Indigo where I took you.
Yes, good. It's good though.
Good curry.
Good
great.
curry. Yep.
When you have a takeaway from there, say you
Yeah.
order whatever curry, chicken tikka, whatever, and they give you like a Tupperware box of it. I only have
Yes.
half of it, and I save the other half for another day because there's so much of it. Right, there's so much of it.
Yeah.
That was Friday night.
Right. So Saturday, Sunday, 2 days.
Saturday,
Yeah.
Sunday. It's 11:30.
Yeah.
I've had some crisps and a
Mm.
nice bun,
Mm.
but I feel like if I don't eat now, when am I going to eat it?
When are you gonna eat it?
And I
Yeah.
got one bhaji.
One bhaji. Yeah.
I saved
And
the
some
rice,
chicken.
but I think the rice is too risky.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat the rice.
I
wouldn't
use
eat
it
rice.
like a day later. I eat the rice,
Spores.
but 2
yeah,
days.
days all
The
right.
rice.
2 days. You get bacterial spores on rice.
Yeah, so I'm going to bin the rice. The rice is gone.
Yeah, get rid of the rice.
But
That was
wait,
going to
you
be
went
my
2
first
days ago?
question.
Huh? What?
First
When did you go to this place?
Well, we ordered it Friday night. We had it Friday night.
So it's only 2 days.
So after 2 days, you believe that there's spores in your rice.
There could be.
Yeah, they could like rice. Really, you shouldn't have the next day. Really, but
Yeah.
2 days.
Wow, y'all are much more drastic with your takeout.
Yeah, because we care about what we eat.
Especially takeout.
Well, no, but I've been eating takeout rice weeks later for years, decades, and I've never gotten sick from it.
Oh my god! You think you
guess.
never?
So I'm pretty sure I would realize if I got sick from takeout rice.
I don't know.
That's just bonkers. I've never heard that before. People
Stu
in
and I
the
have
chat,
been to
do
America.
you do this too?
Yeah.
Stu and I have been to America. I've seen how you guys eat. You don't care what you shove in your mouth, right? So.
Well, that's true, but I don't take that chance when it comes to like moldy spores.
No,
I've never seen mold in rice. By that logic, if I go to my rice a week later, there should be mold everywhere.
So
right?
no, it's nothing to do with mold. So it doesn't.
I'm going to let the chef take the floor.
So here's the thing, dude. Mold is food spoilage bacteria.
Okay.
Food poisoning bacteria is completely different. You can't see it, you can't taste it. So if something smells bad, it's food spoilage. It's nothing to do with, say, salmonella or Clostridium or any of those things. Because most like food poisoning bacteria, you can't taste or smell. It's a completely different type of bacteria. Some of them, usually Bacillus, Clostridiums, those types of things produce what are called bacterial spores, which then reproduce the bacteria. Those can't be destroyed by high temperature cooking or any of that stuff. Right, so you could cook it to within an inch of its life, and they would still, once it got back down to room temperature, they would start producing bacteria again. Okay. Basically, uncooked rice, though, commonly, not all the time, but commonly has what's called Bacillus cereus already on the uncooked rice. So it's before you even cook it, which can cause food poisoning, and they do produce like spores or bacterial spores. So what happens is you can cook the rice the first time and you can eat it quite safely, because at that point any bacteria that's on there has been destroyed and the spores haven't then reproduced anymore at that point, so you can eat it and you'll be fine. If you then store that rice, and not all rice has this on, by the way, so that it doesn't mean to say all rice you eat is going to have the Bacillus cereus spores on there, but
right.
It may do. If you then get cooked rice, keep it for 3 days, those spores then start producing that food poisoning bacteria again, and then you reheat it not properly and don't kill all that bacteria, then you're going to get food poisoning, basically. There you go. End of.
Dude, basically, don't eat rice after a day. Just don't.
This is the first I've ever heard of this. The NHS
I've
website
always
says,
heard of this. I've always heard of it.
Let me tell you. The NHS website says, can reheating rice cause food poisoning? Yes, you can get food poisoning.
That's where I've just read that from, by the way.
Oh, okay. Well,
so the tips on serving rice safely: ideally serve rice as soon as it's been cooked. If that is not possible, cool the rice as quickly as possible, ideally within an hour.
Well, like I said, I've been eating rice from takeaway a week later, and I mean, it's possible that I've been sick and not realized it, but I think I would realize it. So.
It says keep rice in the fridge for no more than 1 day until reheating.
Okay. Well, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna.
We don't need you to reach the fucking NHS.
There you go.
Anymore,
so basically,
don't read it. You don't need to read it a second time.
So,
does this mean you can eat chicken?
So hold on. should I have the curry now? That's the dilemma.
Now here's the thing about curry, Chinny.
I'm not bothered about like it gonna give me the shits or anything. I just want to know if I should eat it.
Heat it up properly. Make sure it's steaming hot before even heat it up so that you have to let it cool down a bit before you eat it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: bacteria doesn't like spicy food to live on. So a lot of bacteria doesn't like spicy food. It doesn't like stuff that's got a lot of salt content. That's why you could probably keep bacon and eat it quite safely for bloody weeks, because it's that salty bacteria can't grow on it.
Good to know.
It's cured.
Yeah, because it's cured, so it's not a good place for bacteria to grow. I wouldn't recommend it, but you probably could get away with it quite easily. I think you'd be fine.
But should I eat it at 11:30? That's what I'm saying.
You can eat it whenever you like.
Should I eat it now?
You can eat it right now and it'll be fine. As long as you heat it up, don't eat it cold.
V8 Murphy in the chat says, my missus is from Japan. We eat rice days later, no problems.
Thank you.
There you go. There's a risk, though. There's a risk, so it's up to you.
Of course, there's a risk when you eat any food ever.
Do you eat raw chicken as well, you mad bastard?
Yeah, Duke. You just lick a chicken breast.
Yes, I eat a lot of chicken.
They'll be all right in America because they bleach it anyway, so it's all fine. There's no on that chicken.
I only eat chicken that's grown up on a battery farm.
Yeah. With very limited movement.
Very limited light of movement. That's what I like my chickens limp.
Tender. Like I'm tender.
Yeah.
No muscle mass.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to bed anyway on that note.
I'm going to eat a curry.
Have we done the outro? I can't even remember.
I think Duke's lost the will to live.
No, I'm fine. I was waiting for a
No,
moment
he's
to
thinking
stop
about all the
recording.
rice that he's eating, going, fuck, did I?
Oh, fuck. Seriously. I mean, this is just doing my head in. Y'all sound just squeamish as hell to me.
Yeah, let's remember.
Rice.
Yeah,
I think there's rice. There's things in the rice. Totally.
Yeah, this is from the man who ate raw crumpets.
Raw crumpets.
What? Okay, that is fair. I can't dispute that. That was me being stupid. Okay.
Raw chicken
and very
raw
hungry.
Crumpets. What's the difference?
Oh god, I think I talked about that yesterday, Duke. I think about that.
Fine. It's a ridiculous thing that we did.
I think about that weekly. I think you eating that raw crumpet. I think that's just something that I just think about now and again.
Fair enough.
I want you to eat.
There's where we end the show.
I want you to eat a proper crumpet, Duke. That's what I want.
Well,
I don't think you can even
we eat
get
English muffins on a regular basis, which I think are like crumpets.
No, they're not. An English muffin
they're
is nothing
not
like a
proper
crumpet.
crumpets. Now you sound
nothing
French.
like a crumpet.
You're in the wrong.
No, they're not even the same thing.
They're not even the same
talking about
thing.
a different
Okay,
thing.
fine. Describe a crumpet.
It's got holes in.
It's got holes in.
It's
Not
made
like English
using like a
muffins.
batter. It's like quite a thick batter
Yeah, I
recipe.
don't know what a fucking crumpet is. It's just like some weird fucking thing. I don't know, like some fat, holy pancake
What's
shit.
the difference between a crumpet and an English muffin?
Like that won't
What's
even come
muffin?
up because they're so fucking different. You might as well say what's the difference between
It's
a
like-
hammer
it's-
and a fucking fish.
It's like a weird batter crossed
Crumpet
with
batter
a bread
is
recipe.
loose batter. English muffins are made from a more firm dough.
Yeah, yeah. Crumpets
Crumpets are
like
made with
bread.
baking soda, whereas English muffins are made with yeast or sourdough.
No, you can make crumpets with yeast as well. To be fair.
You're going against this website that has got your back.
Yeah, yeah. You can do. Anyway, here you go, Duke. This is your mission, right? Here is a crumpet
I'm
recipe
not going to find
for you.
crumpets. No, hell no. You think I'm
Come
going to make
on,
crumpets?
man.
I don't make
Make a
things that I
crumpet.
already know I like.
Come on, make
I
a
don't
crumpet.
make food. I'm too lazy.
It takes 50
No.
minutes. It takes 50
Who
minutes.
gives a
man.
shit? It doesn't matter. It could take 3 minutes. and I
Come
wouldn't do it.
on, make a
Fuck you
crumpet
and
for
your
next week's
crumpet
show.
recipe.
Go on, because you're not going to get one.
Absolutely not.
Oh my god. Go on.
And then if I don't like it, you'll go, oh, you probably made it wrong.
Get the Duchess
And
to
you
make
probably
you
used
some.
old
I bet the
batter.
Duchess would have a go.
No, Stu, let it
The
go.
Duchess, tell the Duchess, yeah, Duchess, you need to start making crumpets
Well,
because
no, make them once,
veteran
then you have
gamers.
them
It's a stinky poo. In the chat, he says, "Yeah, a crumpet is basically just like a sponge, like a tasty sponge."
Oh
It is.
yeah, that's
It's
what
good
I
when
thought
it's-
when I had it.
good.
So
It's
it
good when it's-
wasn't my
when it's
bad. I was
toasted.
too stupid. Yes,
Yeah,
I know.
but- yeah,
Crumpets are
VM
good when they're toasted. That's what I hear.
V.A. Murphy says,
I'll
raw
bet you
crumpet.
anything when I finally do have one, I'll be like, that tastes a lot like an English muffin. I'll bet you anything.
No, it doesn't.
That's exactly what I
It
was
tastes
saying.
nothing like it.
That's
It
what I'm
tastes
going to
nothing.
say. To your refined palates, it tastes
doesn't.
nothing
Honestly,
like
it tastes nothing
But-
Yeah,
like
but
it.
we're not
I'll
eating
bet you
fucking.
anything.
We're not eating spoiled rice, are we? So we've got
Yeah.
refined palates.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But
okay,
I'm-
boiled pizza, whatever. Fucking
fried.
cockaliki soup and
You get
fucking
deep
blood
fried
pudding.
pizza in
I don't want to hear
Scotland.
anything from y'all about fine cuisine and refined palates. You got some fucking nerve. I need to make sure my rice is fresh so that when I put it on my liver blood pie, it's tasty.
Can I just say?
Unbelievable.
Can I just say we have the finest scallops in the world in this country, hand
I
picked
put-
from the
There's
ocean
nothing
bed.
wrong with scallops, but you have also said on numerous occasions, nothing beats a little blood pudding. So, forgive me if
Black
I'm not
pudding,
taking
black
your
pudding.
word
Black
on
pudding
things
is
culinary.
so good.
It's fucking
You're
disgusting.
just
Whatever.
wrong.
It's
You're wrong.
nasty.
Disgusting.
You're wrong. It isn't. It tastes great.
Well, it's 2 against 3.
Have you ever
It's 2
tasted
against 1,
one,
I should
Ginny?
say.
Have you
And we
ever tasted
established
black
earlier
pudding?
during the true false quiz that 2 versus 1 is the one that's
Have you ever
correct, so-
tasted a black pudding, Ginny?
Yeah.
No, you've not. You're such a liar. I bet you've never tasted one.
Fucking gross.
You're a fucking liar. You have never tasted one.
Gross.
Well, let me ask you this, Stu. Have you ever eaten an alligator's rectum?
Yes.
No, you have
haven't.
not, you liar.
No, I haven't.
But how do you know it's not great?
But I've
It
eaten.
could
I've
be
eaten.
delicious.
I've
I
eaten
didn't tell the alligator
snails.
though.
Snails are lovely. Snails are proper tasty.
Ugh,
And I've eaten
Also
frogs' legs.
nasty.
They're pretty tasty. Frogs' legs are good.
gross.
Rabbit is so good.
I just feel like people eat rabbit just to say they've eaten rabbit.
It is good though. Rabbit's tasty.
Well, that sounds like everything he just listed.
I went to this-
Snails.
I went to this posh thing and there was quail.
Yeah,
And I
well,
ate
I'm
it
not
and it
keen.
was-
I'm not keen on
Ooh,
game.
quail.
It was
I'm not
wank.
keen.
It's like a tiny
yeah,
little
game.
chicken.
I'm
I was
not-
just eating
I'm
it
not keen.
going, this is just give me a fucking chicken, man. What the fuck? Why is everybody so up their own arseholes?
Oh, quail. Quail.
Or up an alligator's ass.
Yeah, exactly. Right, I've got to go to bed. I'm at work tomorrow. I'm going.
I've got to eat
Yeah,
a
but
curry.
you said that
I've got a
earlier, but
busy
then you had
day
to
as
give
well.
me a
I know,
bollocking
I know.
over crumpets.
Yeah. There's your recipe. Don't forget, Duke. Right.
Forget what?
To make them. To make your crumpets.
He ain't gonna make.
Guess whether I'm gonna make them or not. Bullshit. Make your own fucking crumpets.
Challenge Duke.
No chance.
Oh yeah, you know how much I respond to that. That's like the Duchess today was like, "I dare you to drive over that area." I'm like, "No, I don't respond to dares. I don't know why that works on people." Oh, they dared me. I have to do it now.
You know, Tara's
I dare you to put this chainsaw against your face. Ah, my face.
Tara's
You dared
like
me.
Tara's the exact opposite. Like it's like I fucking dare. She's like, you what? All right, and then she'll do it.
Right, I'm going.
Right.
See you both next week.
Yes, I'm also going to go.
I nearly forgot.
Oh,
I'm not here next week.
Christ.
I'm not here next
What?
week.
What?
I'm not here.
Bastard.
I'm not here.
I'm not here the week after, actually.
We're going to Case.
Well, I could do it. I could do it on the Monday. The week
Yeah,
after.
well,
I could do it on
see,
the
I
Monday.
can't do Monday either. So I'm away
Well,
Sunday
hang
and
on a
Monday.
second. Let's get dates. Let's get dates. I'm gone the 1st of August.
Yeah.
Stu, you're gone the 25th of July.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gone the 1st of August.
Oh my
Are you
God!
really?
What?
Because that's
Seriously?
when Pete's getting married.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
yeah, you
So you can
definitely
do it
are.
on Monday though, Chinny, could you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
Monday's
second?
fine.
The
Monday's
second,
So we'll
Yeah.
do that one the 2nd. Okay.
And I'm obviously not here next week, so you'll have to get a replacement. I'll leave that up to you two to
Okay.
decide between you. So yes, I'm away for 2 days. I'm going to Case Sisters for the first time in nearly 2 years.
Okay.
So that's going to be interesting. Right, I will leave you to it. Have a nice evening, and I'll speak to you in 2
peace
weeks.
out.
2 weeks' time.
See you in a bit.
2 weeks,
Bye-bye.
baby.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.